everybody. Good evening. How are you? Welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show, the first of 3 this week. Very excited. I'm Aaron. That's April.
Hey.
April doing double duty today. Johnny wasn't feeling well. He was shitting his brains out. And because he was shitting his brains out, April filled in. And now Johnny can shit his brains out in peace. And hopefully when he comes back tomorrow, there's no more shitting.
I agree. I don't want any shitting.
That would be great. I hope...
no shitting.
I hope there's no shitting tomorrow.
Our bathroom's actually anti-shit tomorrow.
Yeah. If I find a drop of shit in that bathroom tomorrow that is not my own, I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
And you're going to put it in a Cologuard box.
I am. I'm going to put it in a Cologuard box, and I'm going to trick Johnny into thinking he's got colorectal cancer.
But you'll get it checked for him.
That's called a slow revenge. Yeah, that's not really a bad thing. That's like... yeah, you're shitting on the guy, but then you're also like helping him at the same time. That's actually, in a weird way, in a roundabout way, kind of nice. Fire Ginger says, I'm ready for that compound news. Wait a little bit.
Tiny.
We got some compound news. I spoke with, I believe we refer to him as Mr. Rock. I spoke to him today. Boss man Nagel, Mr. Nagel.
Boss Eric. Boss
man Eric, whatever you'd like to call him. I spoke to him today. We'll talk about that. Here's how you know that the host of the show you love so much is a giant fucking loudmouth who can't keep shit to himself. April literally has a statement prepared for me. I have a statement. I'm such a big mouth. I'm such a blabberty blobbity bloobity blue that I have a piece of paper in front of me that it's like, if you stray from this, you're fucking dead.
You're fired.
Fired. I'm fired from my own show if I don't stick to this. So we have to talk about that. We also have to talk about the title of today's episode, which is very uncomfortable. It's titled really. Aaron's Transition. If you don't follow me or April on Twitter, you do not know about this yet, and we will talk about it. And we've also got Bobby Lee and Brendan Schaub have kind of, I don't know, in a way reignited their feud today.
Uh-oh. And one of them started it.
Yeah, Bobby Lee kind of threw some punches today or last week. I don't know. For all my Brendan Schaub, Bobby Lee reporting, I go to Too Lazy to Try.
He's good.
And he lets me know. Like sometimes he gets, I think there's been a couple videos now where he's kind of quartering to me, where he's titled it something and I didn't get that out of it.
Uh-oh.
But most of the time he does a very good job.
I'm usually a happy customer.
Yeah, I'm usually a very thrilled subscriber over with Too Lazy to Try. So we got some stuff on that for overtime. If you want to contribute to the program, help us knock out that $235. The morning show audience was very generous today. They went about $15 above and beyond. So $235 is the goal today. Once we get that under $200 by the end of the first hour, we're usually in pretty good shape. Looks like we have a new member, Kyle Winters. Thank you for becoming a member, buddy. New members, of course, dropped that by $5. So that's who's going to start it off tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So, as you can see, plenty to talk about. I also saw a clip today from good friend of the show, Kevin Brennan, who went on a rant about Chad today. It got clipped by a very good Twitter account, Son of Billy Wagner. I like him very much. And he went off on a Chad rant today that made me go, now, see, when I make fun of Kevin, and I hope when Kevin makes fun of me, this is all for sport.
Right, it's fun.
This is all for fun. when he says camel toe, they're not good. That makes me laugh. Like when he calls us camel toe and camel toe's not the most original thing in the world, but it's the way he yells it that makes me laugh. And of course, we love Bob Levy.
It's endearing.
He went on they didn't have Chad on today.
Didn't he get kicked off?
Well, basically the reason was they've kicked him off 2 days in a row now, and now Kevin didn't have him on today, and basically Kevin was at the point where he's like, look, I need a fucking break. Like, I just need a fucking Chad. I can't take this.
Well, who could have seen that coming?
Right, exactly. So I think Kevin's trying to avoid the rest of us being right and having to just shit can this piece of shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, maybe if I take Chad breaks and I bring Ray DeVito on instead, that'll be better. But we've got a Kevin rant today that I actually really enjoyed. And you have to do that once in a while. You can't just shit on a guy all the time if you claim you respect him or that you think he's funny. You can't just shit on him every fucking time.
No, if he does something good.
When he does something good, it's good. And it's something new. It's not Gino. It's not Chrissy. It's not me. It's not Anthony. It's not anything like that. It's Chad.
Finally.
Which is always, look, I will fully admit I'm biased. There's also a guy, I made a note, I have to unhide him from the chat. I think Balls Deep hit him. He had reason to. I'm not blaming Balls Deep for it, but he was in the Daywave chat today, and he's just kind of like, Aaron, unhide me, or whatever.
And you're just taking his word for it?
Yeah, he seems like a good enough guy. He asked
I'm sorry,
me.
Balls Deep. I trust you.
I do too.
I think I know exactly who this guy was.
Don't try to pit me against the guy.
I will stand up for our mods every single time.
But he likes me. And he said so on Royce's show.
Aaron will take his pants off for anyone who says they like him.
Like a high school sophomore, you know?
They're like, man, I bet you got a big piece under there. And he's like, oh, let me show you.
Where do you want to see it? And I'd shove it right in a mousetrap if they told me I'm pretty. So
for a little bit of cheese.
His name's like Goo Gobbler or something. I don't really know. It's goo something, gooey cheese. Who the fuck knows? Who cares, really? Quite frankly, I'm going to forget as soon as the show's over. I also have to prep the morning show tonight after the program, so I could be up a little later than I thought.
I could be drinking and bothering you.
Yes. I put 2 clips up today. The Kevin Brennan Holocaust denial one, and the
Jesus.
and the Don Lemon one. We've got so many clips from today's show and last week, and a lot of them from today won't age well. So I got to get them up as soon as I can.
Did you clip the Cologuard thing? That'll be evergreen.
I did. That's going to be evergreen. I'm going to actually put that like in the best of pile for replays.
That's a good one
for best of stuff. Yeah, the Cologuard thing. AKA Wheels says congratulations on 9K. Thank you.
Thank you.
But let's get it to 91. How about that? Let's get it to 9,100. I think we're like 20 or away, or a little less than 20 away. Everybody who's watching right now, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, let's hit subscribe and let's get that number up over 9,100 by the end of the show today. I know it's lofty, but give it a shot. If you watch the show all the time, like everyone I'm seeing in the chat right now, if you're not all subscribers, shame on you.
What is wrong with you?
Shame on you.
Shame on you! Do you do your job? No! You got me. Hand in the cookie jar. 27 years, neck deep in shit.
Exactly. So get on that. Thank you. Why does April have her hair up? Someone is being lazy, says Raz. God, I love not being a woman on a visual medium.
I shoveled snow today. My hair was looking disheveled.
That's right. We live in the Midwest. It was us, the boy, and me. Or us. You, April, the boy.
No, us is him and his personalities.
April, the boy, and me. He wanted Robux. So he got his 6-year-old ass out there and he shoveled. And not only did he shovel snow, he stayed out there the whole time.
He went in for a little bit until you came back out, but he still came back out.
He did a bang up job. I was knocking off ice chunks and he was shoveling them off. He did a pretty solid gig. I gave him $10 in Robux.
And my shoulder's going to fall off.
Yeah, you'll make it. Softcast says April looks like a road barrel. Did I mention I love not being a woman on the internet? That was too funny. You want to be mad at Softcast for that because he can be kind of a shit sometimes, but that was too creative. Was it too funny?
It's remarkably hurtful and funny.
Yeah, it's at the same time, right?
I'm crying for both
I've
reasons.
never seen your mouth be quite that shape before. It's very large right now. You're smiling so hard, but you got kind of
never seen my mouth open.
You got kind of an Eva Green thing going on right now with the hair the way it is and everything.
I'm gonna go take my hair down. I don't know what that means.
You don't like her?
I don't know who that is.
Am I saying the same person from Kingdom of Heaven?
The brunette chick?
The Bond movie.
Oh, I know her.
Yeah,
she's very pretty.
It's Eva Green. All right, guys, we got compound updates for you, but there's somebody calling. So if you're mad about no compound update right now, be mad at the person calling right now, and then be mad at me because I don't have this hooked up to the board yet. So be pissed about that as well.
You are just unprofessional.
Absolute failure, especially with this news we have. You'd think I'd be doing
this is fucking embarrassing.
A better job than that. All right, go ahead, sir.
Hey, good evening, guys. April, your hair looks just nice. It's just fine.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I would say the biggest thing is we got to figure out a way to get Aaron to grow some fucking facial hair. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude.
He's trying.
Yeah.
You're You're like a swollen head third grader, man.
You fucking mark!
Yeah, continue.
Yeah.
Fuck you, man!
Just my thought.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
It was a waste of my time.
Are you not trying to grow facial hair?
I am. I shaved everything but this here, and I'm letting it grow.
Isn't that called a goatee?
I'm growing a goatee
Why is it called that?
because goats did it first.
Goat tea.
Yeah, goatee.
I guess they have those little,
Yeah, sure. Makes sense.
little beard guys.
Victor says, A+ shows lately, guys. Well done this morning. Thank you. We cut like 6 things
Thanks.
out of today's show. It was a banger. Go check it out.
Pretty fun.
We got banned in like 5 countries today for our Walter Cronkite clip. China, Malta, Vatican City, and some other shithole.
There was butt stuff.
I know it was the Walter Cronkite clip.
Babe, I was kidding.
And then I had to trim it out. And then I put a Don Lemon clip up today. And apparently the Cronkite clip was in there, so I had to cut that one out too.
Well, what the fuck?
I mean, Christ, I'm not going to get that China money now. Christ. Let's continue on here. I am so far behind in the chat, guys. Sorry, I'm going to scroll forward a little bit. I'm going to come up just a bit. Carlito Canadian Cool, I love that, says, I subscribed even though you're both CIS shills. I don't know what CIS is.
Nope.
But if there's money in it, I'm there.
And you're also subscribed, so that's good.
One of those MLC guys, that Atticus on Twitter, like one time he said, "Oh, you sold your integrity to go to Compound," and I wrote back to him. I'm like, dude, I have no integrity. I'm an entertainer. Are you kidding me? And then he retweeted that. He goes, "When people tell you who they are, believe them. He says he has no integrity." And I'm like, yes, I just said that.
Hasn't that guy always been mental, though?
Yeah, the rumor is that he sent Canoe dick pics, unsolicited dick pics.
I heard that. I heard they weren't that great.
That's the rumor, yeah. I've heard that rumor. Again, I can't confirm or deny it. That's the allegation, allegedly. Those are the allegations, but...
I heard it looks like a scared little hedgehog in a cave.
It does really seem to bother him when you bring it up, though, and he really tries to change the subject quickly, so that usually is not indicative that you didn't do anything, so...
You can smell the picture.
I don't know. Yeah. Matt Field says, Patrice O'Neal's fat ghost is an unfunny douche. Yeah, we deserve a better class of troll. Like, I know that subreddit guy that wrote to me and was like, I swear we didn't do any gay ops to you, man. It's just all in fun, blah, blah, blah. That guy got really mad that I said that on the show today. And he
really?
He tweeted at me. He's like, gloves are off, motherfucker, you piece of shit, this and that. And I'm like, whoa. I thought that's the reaction that subreddit was trying to get out of us. You're not supposed to be yelling and swearing and angry at me. That's supposed to be what you guys are trying to get out of me with your subreddit. So once again, Steel Toe wins by going, look, we're more obnoxious than you guys are. It happens every time someone tries to do this. Like the Ian Ellis crowd had to give up against us because we just annoyed the fuck out of them. This subreddit group now apparently is throwing in the towel and getting all serious because we annoyed the shit out of them. I mean, boy, oh boy.
I feel like I called that this morning.
Yeah.
I feel like I said, like, that's obviously not a genuine message you got.
Guys, we were here to have fun with you, and the minute we start having fun, you lose your mind. I mean, come on. We like to play with our food a little bit. Zen Rhino says, I can't believe Aaron came out as hating on the Irish people.
Ooh, that's not new.
I've never liked you people.
He's remarkably mean to Irish people.
I've never liked you people.
I like Irish people. They have good food.
Was the sling blade part on one of the videos? It may have got caught up in one of them, like maybe the Sizemore clip that I cut out.
It would have told you, though.
But I don't know. I do know one part we got to hear over again was, who's in there? A Methodist and a son of a bitch. I'm like, I fucking love that line.
It is so good.
Oh, man. Citizen M says, Kevin didn't need a break from Chad. Brennan was specifically just angry because Chad retweeted Dave Landau. Is that all it takes?
Oh, man.
So he didn't need a Chad break. He was punishing him for retweeting Dave Landau. Jesus Christ, that is not going to last.
You know he hates him, too.
That is not going to last. Zen Rhino says, April literally said on an earlier clip that if she ever puts her hair up, someone's going to accuse her of being lazy or that she doesn't want to be there. And sure enough, 5 minutes into the episode, not even.
Can I go take my hair down real quick?
I mean, if it really means that much to you, but they're going to hit you harder.
I'm suddenly feeling lazy.
They're going to hit you harder.
Everyone thinks I don't want to be here.
Hey, Victor, if you could you just get me the clip from True Grit of the guy going, "A Methodist and a son of a bitch"? And I just want that for the soundboard.
I wish I had any kind of gravel in my throat. I can't do that.
Yuichi says, April looks great. Aaron, not so much.
Wait till you see the pictures we took.
Look, we got some pictures. Citizen M says, fuck Compound. I would infinitely rather see Aaron go to H3, or even the Islamic State. You got to give the guy credit for his honesty, right?
That is sickness.
You got to give him give it up for the honesty.
This morning we were cruel and made the audience choose between Boring Jeremy and H3.
It's pretty bad.
That's a bad choice.
I love how everybody's just stolen Revenge of the Sis's Boring Jeremy. But isn't that the reason you come up? That's the reason you come up with shit like that. Doesn't Steel Toe always win? And so do we, says My Lost Interest. Yeah, pretty much. And we only do it by laughing at people who don't like us and annoying the shit out of them. I don't understand it. I don't understand why they keep trying. Anyone who says that Steel Toe sold out their integrity to Compound still has a Scars Club membership and is a clueless hypocrite. Tiny bit.
Tiny.
Does April have any new outfits planned for Compound Media?
Do I? Is that in the budget? Can I go shopping for new Compound outfits?
I have no idea. I don't put it all on the tab.
Perfect.
Black Ornament says, no offense, Atticus Flynn is 100% right. Oh, that he sent the dick pic? Oh, that's not very nice. I can't confirm or deny that at all, Black Ornament. You shouldn't be saying things like that unless you have proof.
I'll get you something nice, too.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. They're saying you could get a beanie today and you could be April Poole.
I could wear my Carhartt one.
There you go.
I look cute in that.
Zen Rhino says, I got decent German food, but you had great Irish food. It's up and coming over the last 5 years. Well, God, just get over...
Have you ever had a good Irish stew?
Of course.
Or some mashed peas?
Just because I like Irish food doesn't mean I have to like the people. I mean, I like the people just fine, but keep them at an arm's length. They're kind of... Look, I don't want to use the word subhuman.
Go on.
Okay, because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is...
Yeah.
Relationships with the Irish should be skin deep. Like, don't get too deep with Irish people because there's not much there. They're pretty much on the surface for you, you know?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
I bet you're right.
That's where I'm at with the Irish.
I know nothing about that.
Okay, you've dated Irish people. They're not very deep. They're not very intellectual.
Some of them are. What have I dated? Like 3 of them? They're fine. Some of them.
But they're not deep. They're very skin deep. There's not much
there?
There's not much beneath the surface.
It's a lot of drinking.
Right. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying they're not as good. Look, man, I'm German. You got to know our history. We judge people, and we tend to feel they're beneath us. All right? And it's just that the Irish exist for the reason of proof. That's all.
For the record, people, I like Irish.
I like people. You guys. I just don't respect you very much. There's a big difference.
He literally just called you subhuman.
I specifically said not subhuman, but like kind
of. It was top of mind. You were thinking it.
Yeah. But I wanted to say it in a nice way.
He thinks you're all transparent in the skin and your orange hair is alien-like.
Mad Max Mardigan says, why does Aaron hate the only people strong enough to build this country? Oh, come on. Ooh. The Germans.
Answer to that.
The Italians. I mean, the Irish were literally just the people. We just threw cinder blocks on their backs until they said when and then made them build shit.
And
I got to be honest. The Irish are one step above in terms of the building of this country. You know.
These?
Oh no, they're at the top. Like they're shitting on all of us.
I put 2 options here. Which one do you
like in terms of building the country?
Like
we treated them about the same.
So you're talking about these as a whole.
Never mind.
Like
let's just move on. We got a show to do. Taste Fairy says, "Why is Black Ornament such a gay F slur?" Oh, it's really getting nasty in here.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ. KF says, how German, Aaron? My great-grandfather fought on the right side, then fled here. I think my Germans came here like at the turn of the 20th century.
How do you know, though? I don't know when mine came here.
I'm pretty sure. I know. Yeah, Chris Weaver, as Brendan Gleeson said in The Banshees of Inisherin, I just find you fucking boring. That's it. That's all. It's Germans who helped get us to the moon. We're not at the moon. We don't have a fucking space program if it's not for what you're looking at right here.
You.
Danny Green, the Irish gangster, was hard to knock off. Yeah, oh God, you guys have gangsters. Good job.
What do you have?
What do we have?
Fallen Führers.
Dude, at least we took our shots. Big time.
And you miss every time.
If one of our emperors hadn't drowned in a puddle after falling off his horse, we would have taken Jerusalem. Frederick Barbarossa. He was a great German king. Fell off his horse, drowned in a shallow puddle because he had all his armor on, and fucking died on his way to the Holy Land. But he was going to fuck shit up when he got there. Are you kidding?
Pretty fickle.
Yeah. That was a bummer.
You fell in a shallow puddle because of your armor and died.
Yeah, like a shallow lake, pond kind of a thing.
Puddle or lake, pick one.
Well, like a stream, like something you shouldn't drown in. Basically something you should be able to just stand up and walk off.
He found a fucking Dasani water bottle that lost the top.
Pretty much. Yeah, he got his head stuck in a water bucket and he couldn't get out because he was on the horse.
Jeez.
All right. At any rate, we got a lot to talk about today, you guys.
Damn.
How about the compound thing, huh? How about the compound thing? So as you know, we have a special currently on Compound Media. Here it is. I still encourage you guys to get your, get your day trials, get your day passes, get your free trials, get your monthly subscriptions, whatever. Compoundmedia.com. Check out the special we did for them. I'm hearing a lot of really, really good feedback. And today we officially got the word from Mr. Rock. There's the link on Rumble if you guys are looking for it. Thank you, Captain January, with $5. Says, so if April is already here, does that mean Gordy Imholt is going to have to wait for Johnny to let him in tomorrow morning? It's not very nice.
Did you leave the dog out in the storm?
No, I did not leave the dog out in the storm.
You thought you did earlier. Remember?
I did, but I'm scarred by that moment. Actually,
he's inside.
All right, thank you. That makes it 2:25. There's the link to PayPal and Streamlabs if you guys would like to contribute to our show that way. Maybe you want to become a VIP. That's cool. Or you just want to chip in a couple of bucks. Thank you. Let's hit the overtime and do some Brendan Schaub, Bobby Lee shit tonight. So I get a call from Mr. Rock, boss man Eric, Mr. Eric, if you please. And he wants to talk about our special. Now, I have been given strict instructions on what I can say and what I should just shut the fuck up about.
You have your script. You have your statement.
And I think that's very smart. And I like that Mr. Nagel already knows who he's working with. He already knows who he's dealing with. He already knows what he has on his hands. Because he says, can I trust you to handle this the right way? Don't say anything more than it. And I'm like, yes, you can trust me. And April is sitting there staring at me like ready to punch me. So, and Kyle says, Compound is boomer shit. Well, how about this show goes there for a little bit? How about we do some shows there and then it's not boomer shit anymore? How's that? Huh? I like to go places and make them better. I like to contribute. So anyway, we hear that both Boss Man Nagel and Boss Man Kumia got to get together and discuss it. Compound Media, John Hahn says, and get ready for Aaron to fuck it up in 3,
I know.
2, no.
I'm sweating.
Mr. Nagel and Mr. Kumia, I will use their words, very happy with the performance of the special. Am I wrong in saying that?
That was correct.
Very happy with the way the special has performed, and we will be working together in the future. How about that?
Pretty close.
That's what I can say, right?
They were supposed to say we hope to do it again soon, but it's close enough.
That's like the same thing.
I think that's pretty much the same thing.
There we go. Yeah. So there you go. You guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much for supporting that special that we did, for watching it, for subscribing to Compound, for sticking around, watching Gino, watching Kumia, all of that stuff.
All the guys.
Fantastic. Chrissy. Thank you guys. And continue to go and watch Chrissy and all of them. Compoundmedia.com for sure. And of course, when we're doing something else with Compound, we will let you know. But they were very happy with the way that Steel Toe performed.
That
on
felt
Compound.
so good.
Thank you guys. Kyle says, why not try for a Rumble deal? Why not try for all of it? Who says we're not?
We're just starting here.
We're trying for everything, my friend. Mr. Nagel, if you're nasty. Where did that one guy go? I want to talk to him a little bit. Sam Nero says, literally the most pointless show. See, now we are a Red Bar ripoff.
Okay.
Literally the most pointless show. This dude sucks. Fair enough. Fair criticism. His girl adds nothing.
Not fair criticism.
This show sucks. That's not true. She looks like a road barrel. That adds something to the program. We've already laughed a whole bunch. So at any rate, thank you very much, Sam, for your opinion. We appreciate it. I don't want to parse what you're saying too closely. I don't want to be nitpicky, but it seems like you don't like what you've heard so far. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Is that accurate?
We'll see you in a couple weeks, Sam, when you're a really, really big fan of the show. Thank you very much to Dub with $2. And My Lost Interest with $1.99 says, wifey's hair in a ponytail. I'm getting a treat.
Oh, boy.
He likes that.
All right.
He's a fan.
Thank you.
Sam writes, she fucks him. I mean, she does. Does that bother you? If it does, let me tell you this, Sam. If it bothers you or you're happy about it, either way, that's kind of fucked up, bro. You should not. I'm going to tell you this right now, and it's going to help you a lot in whatever your line of work is. Do not worry about the people around you and how they're fucking. It'll drive you nuts. All right, Sammy boy? What do you say there? Can you do that for me, big shooter? What do you say? Can you be a big boy and not worry about where people are sticking their dick? Do you think you can mind your business for just a little bit and not be so upset and worked up over how people fuck? Because it's a little weird.
I feel like he's been here before.
I like Sam. He's a big fan. He's going to really love this show. We haven't even gotten started yet today.
Nope.
We got so much going on. Let's continue on. One person alleging Sam of eating butt. See now, Sam, let me show you how you handle that. Don't get in there and start denying that you eat ass, okay? And don't go in there and endorse it full throat because they have a counterpunch waiting for you.
Yes.
Sammy boy, what you do is when they say Sam eats butt, you don't answer. You don't respond. The only way you win that game is by choosing not to play.
We just go away.
Whether or not you eat ass is immaterial to all of us here, so you can only make a fool of yourself. People are saying, be gone, Sam. Don't tell Sam to leave. A guy like that, he's going to end up on your side, and he's going to spread the word about your show.
I think Sam will be a little hush-hush until he comes around.
Sam's a good man. David Chandler with with $20. Thank you very much. He says, I'm so proud you're growing up so fast. Thank you, Mr. Chandler. 210 away from tonight's goal. April is a natural, says the ghost of Yule Gibbons.
Thank you.
Kyle says, I think I'm attracted to road barrels now. You're going to find Kyle fucking a road barrel somewhere. I don't need to see that shit.
Thank you.
King TL says, the haters are so lame. Fact. They're not the best, but we'll get better ones as we get better.
Can't wait.
Black Ornament says, Compound is boomer cringe. Why the fuck would you do this to your show? Why wouldn't I do the show I'm doing now in the morning, the show I'm doing now in the evening, shows on Rumble, shows on Compound? Motherfucker, why wouldn't I want to do my show everywhere I can? I don't like this idea that this place is this and this place is that. Wherever I am, it's as cool as our show is. Wherever I am, it's as good as our show is. I want my show on every fucking platform. If MSNBC said we want to put an hour of your show on our network, I'm fucking doing it. I want this show being spread far and wide to whoever wants to watch it and like it. Don't do me a favor. Don't hang out on YouTube so much that you turn into a high schooler again. Don't do that to yourself. It's not going to impact my life, but it is going to impact yours. This table is cool. This table's gay. This table's boomers. No.
You can't sit with us.
Wherever Steel Toe is, it's Steel Toe. That's it. Trust me. You'll live a better life that way.
I don't get the boomer comment anyways, I guess.
Well, Anthony's an older gentleman, but...
That's fine. It doesn't mean the show's boomery.
No. Sam Nero says, yeah, you're upset. Sam, we literally told you how to respond to accusations of analingus. If you don't think we're your friend and that we're not rooting for you, buddy, I don't know what to tell you. Boomanis says, I love all the co-hosts, but April is my favorite. Sam says she looks bored. Sam, you're projecting now because you're kind of getting your teeth kicked in. Sam, we've been through this a million times.
He's going to come around.
Why don't you just skip to the part, save yourself 2 weeks, and just go, I really can't stop coming here. I guess I'm a fan now. And don't eat ass, Sam. It's
It's unhealthy, really.
It's unhealthy. It's not good for you. Rebel Fluff says, I especially like your well-written articles on Stormfront. They're top-notch. Hey, wait, that is not me in no way, shape, or form.
What? I thought you told me to repost.
No. Those are not mine. Mr.
I'm going to have to do a retraction.
Randall Stevens, Your Honor. He's the guilty man, the one with the bank accounts.
Oh, fuck me.
Thank you to Matt with $4.99. Says, these F-slurs do realize that they don't have to watch, right?
No, but if they do, they love it.
But if they don't watch, I don't get to have fun with them and watch them melt down and go, you're shook. It's like, says the shaking man. Says the man in the chat yelling at me. I don't know.
Yeah,
one of us is joking around. One of us is shaking and yelling. I don't know who's bothered. April's Parents Hobby Farm says, yeah, don't hang out on YouTube so much that you get swatted. He's a loser. Wait, what? I got to keep going here. I'm falling behind.
Hard to keep up.
My lost interest with $1.99 says, in Aaron we trust. Thank you, buddy.
There you go.
Mile High says, broadcasting legend offers you a chance. Boomer!
You fucking suck. You're boring.
Fucking suck. Scarface with $4.99 says, Aaron is like my pit bull. He marks his territory wherever he can. Well, what makes you think you're going to come into my yard and make an impact? Of course I'm going to play with you. Are you kidding me?
It's fun.
Aaron likes to spray as much territory as possible. That's pretty true.
That is exactly how you operate.
Yes. Max says, hope you guys are getting ready for the 2 feet of snow coming this week. We got 2 more days of our seafood special.
What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, for hunkering down. Tomorrow we got to go grocery shopping.
Oh, that's right. He's making me a list so I can be domesticated in the morning.
And I'm checking it twice. I'm going to find out whether
if
we
I'm
need
naughty or nice.
chicken or rice. D. Gouleg says, I found this show through a site called The Daily Stormer. No, you didn't. You did not find this show through The Daily Stormer. That is not a real thing that happened.
I hear your name is tossed around in some certain meetings down
No, none of that is accurate.
It's a lot of linens. And
Pro Guns with $2 says, Aaron and April are having fun and I'm angry. Doesn't that seem to be what it is?
Yes. They hate it.
Aaron and April are having fun and I'm angry. I'm sorry, guys. $200 away from tonight's goal. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Very much. There's the links in the chat if you want to contribute to this show in any way, shape, or form. Streamlabs, PayPal, you name it. Thank you guys very much. Super chats, memberships, it all counts. All right.
Oh my God.
The name of tonight's episode is Aaron's Transition or something like that. What is that what it's called?
I think it's Aaron's Painful Transition.
Aaron's Painful Transition. So today we're playing with the kids.
Yeah, Aaron's Painful Transition.
We were playing, what's that game called that we were playing?
What do you meme?
What do you meme? Where there's a meme and then you put funny things. It's like apples to apples with memes. The kids love it.
It's very, I love it.
So we're playing that game. The 8-year-old kicks the living shit out of all of us. It's not even close. I'm getting mad.
You're being shitty to the neighbor kid.
I was being shitty to the neighbor girl because she was picking stupid fucking cards that weren't funny.
They're all Charlottes.
And I just like, after a while, I was just like, here, I'm going to throw in a stupid random one. I'm not even going to look at it and you'll probably pick it. And she did like 3 times in a row.
Yes, every time.
I was pissed. So anyway, after I got done yelling at the neighbor girl, who did it? Who started it? Who put the first one in there? Okay.
I put them both in there.
April shoved one of those, you know those vending machines that kids put like a buck in and then they pull out one of those spiky rubber balls, plastic balls?
Do you want one?
Whatever they are. People know what they are.
All right.
April puts one of those in my shirt and it looks like I have a boob. Well, to 8-year-olds, 6-year-olds, and 3-year-olds, that's hilarious.
You had a uniboob.
That's the height of comedy. They think that's funny. So then April puts a second one in there and I look like this. That is the photo that ends up being taken. It looks like a great set of tits.
They're very perky.
Yeah.
They sit up nice. You don't even have a bra on, for God's sakes.
I got some good rockin' tits there with some weird-ass areolas. It must have been really cold, and like even the areolas got
Just a
bumpy.
really wide one.
Yeah, I got like a, what's her name?
Pepperoni.
I got a Cardi B areola. So that picture then gets tweeted, and I retweet it, and a bunch of other people start retweeting it, and April's alone gets like 40 likes and 4,000 views, and then another one that's out there has like 4,000 views and all this other shit. So now, and then it's over on the Facebook pages, on the Towboys page, shit like that.
Oh, Terry did a great job with that.
Is this on Instagram too?
Do you want it to be? I can put it
So
there.
it's all over the place. And it's just me with my play ball tits.
There's another picture, too. There was 2 pictures.
Oh, are there? Oh, and there.
Oh,
okay. And there's the other one. There's me with my giant braille nipple tits.
One's higher than the other.
There is a little bit of a distortion there.
Oh,
That's for
your
sure.
shoulders look great, though. Look at you.
But that was just funny to everybody. April thought it was great to post that. Everybody thought it was a funny picture.
I had a good time.
The kids thought it was hilarious. I ran into the 3-year-old. I was doing this thing where I was on my knees and I'd run up to him and just bump him with my tits. I sent the 3-year-old flying across the room. Oh, man. Just face first, too, like a knockout punch.
It's just wholesome family time.
It was just wholesome family fun.
And the fucking neighbor kids saw it, too.
Yeah, and then all the kids start stuffing balls down their shirts and we start, like, bumping each other with them. So it's giant fake tit wrestling over here at the Imholt house.
And then I have to remind them not to talk like that in school.
Yeah.
Don't say boobies in school.
Don't say boobies
no
and...
booby bumping in school.
Well,
No grabbing.
Somebody says tardo right in front of them all the time, so I don't know how that's going to work out in school.
I always remind the oldest, don't repeat the things we say. I don't swear in front of them if that means anything.
Right. Just
I
tardo.
only say tardo.
Just tardo.
It's just tarded.
That's all. Let's see what the... Oh, no. There's eggplants and wet shit. Oh, no.
You're a looker.
Sam Nero says, all right, fine, I'm on board, you bastard. Welcome aboard, Sam.
There he is.
Great to have you. I'm getting sick. I'm getting physically ill at how often that happens.
You're making his head swell, Sam.
This is disgusting. Somebody comes in, you fucking suck. Your show is dog shit. I hate you. And I'm like, you give it a week. You're going to be a big fan.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be pals, so on and so forth. And like 15 minutes later, all right, fine. And it's not like he's a fan because he thinks I'm good. He's like, all right, you obnoxious bastard. You broke me down. All right, let's
Got
go
me.
to Marquise.
Black and Chew.
I refuse to call you Black and Chew. You're Marquise. What's going on,
Damn it, why'd you fucking take it off? I was trying to fucking finish. Ooh.
You're jacking off to that photo.
Oh.
Put it back on screen. Please put it back.
All right, if you hang up the phone, I'll put it back up on screen. All right. Okay,
Oh my
this
God.
is getting remarkably.
I'm sweating.
Now this is what the kids call problematic. All right. You know who's over there with right now with you know who's over there with Marquise?
I don't. Who?
A Methodist and the son of a bitch.
That's fantastic.
Those are the two people. Thank you, Victor,
Thank you.
for sending us that.
God, this morning was so much fun.
What did Baza say about the picture? MN Viking says those tits are not much bigger than your regular B cup tits. Wait, what? Baza says Aaron's going to start teaching in Canada now.
Oh, that should have been my caption. He can teach a shop class now.
Looking for a job. I'm looking for a job, man. I'm looking for a job.
Cute.
All right, now this is a restricted number. I don't think we're supposed to answer restricted number. Mama said don't answer. My mama said you can't be having restricted numbers and calling the show.
Why do you call from a restricted number? Just
don't
call.
know.
Like,
It's just
if we don't
we've
have your number saved anyways, it's just a number.
We've just had people yell N-bombs and shit from
Yeah.
a restricted number, so
Not
we
worth
don't go with it. RP says Irish people need to stand together against hate. Cancel camel toe. Hey, wait a minute.
Hey.
All
I
right,
said
fine.
I like it. Half of Steel Toe likes Irish people.
Fine, RP. Me and you, and I'm bringing some help. You know who I'm bringing?
Who?
A Methodist and the son of a bitch.
Which one's which?
I don't know.
Isn't that the question?
Aren't they the same person?
Which one? Yeah, Methodist can be a son of a bitch. Kyle says April's sweater looks itchy. Is that a way of him to say, ooh, take it off then?
It's not itchy, but I am really sweaty. Yeah. I'd like to change my shirt when we refill drinks.
Oh, boy. Let's, sorry about that. I clicked off the chat for a second. My bad, boys and girls. RP says, don't bring it, don't sing it, jabroni. I haven't been called a jabroni in a coon's age. You watch it.
Hey, you watch your language.
Coon's age, that's a legit thing. It's not a racial slur. My Lost Interest says the Irish can't be bad. They gave us Guinness. Oh, the Germans can't be bad. They sent us to the moon. We also did some nasty
That's true.
shit. Although that guy was Austrian. I said that before. He's a LARPer. He LARPs Germany.
I like LARPing.
Scarface says, as an Irish and Italian mutt, steel toe is great. Oh, you see that?
Like I said, half of Steel Toe stands for you. It's fine.
Exactly. We were doing the TV show parodies of Chad on MLC today. Was classic. I don't get it. What do you mean? We're doing the TV show parodies of Chad on MLC. I heard they were shitting on him pretty bad.
Oh, do you know something I got tagged in?
What?
You know that little kid? You remember when we were on Chrissy's show and she played that kid that just wanted to have fun in the woods with his friends? That really old video?
Sure.
They replaced, in that video, they put Chad's face on that kid's body.
I saw one of a guy like trying to plug in some electrical stuff and electrocuting himself, and they put Chad's face on it. I saw that one. Okay.
That guy's just taking L's everywhere.
Oof. You got to give him this.
I almost feel bad.
That guy never stops getting up from the mat when he gets knocked down, does he?
Nobody loves him.
That is rough.
I'm America's stepmom, and I can't find love for him.
I mean, he thinks he's going to beat April with this stepmom shit when Alex Stein deems you. Alex Stein crowned her America's stepmom.
I'd like a shirt.
And even though Alex won't get back to me, even though he said he'd do our show last Thursday, no hard feelings. He's a busy guy.
He's got his blimp now.
Look, does it hurt my feelings? No, I'll tell you why. Because on Alex's show,
yes,
he gave us a nice little shout out.
That's true. He did. He mentioned your name.
That was on Chrissy's Twitter, and now I'm not going to be able to find it. Chrissy Mayer, Aaron Imholt, Stein. Let's see if. Okay, that's not going to work.
Just looks like one long name.
There we go. We're gonna figure this shit out. February 11th. That would have been too long ago. Fuck me.
You got to check for one that starts with her account. You'll find it in no time.
Oh, well.
Just look for her account.
But then I got to scroll way down to find Chrissy. It's like last week.
You already searched it. Why are you complaining so much?
Because I'm only two things.
A Methodist and the son of a bitch.
That's it. That's all I am. Now I'm to February 17th. Yeah, I'm not going to find this.
I believe what she said was nice shout out to @Aaron M. Holt.
Oh, here it is. Okay, I found the clip, guys. Here's Alex Stein being an absolute gentleman to your friends here at Steel Toe.
And I could not have blown up like I did if it wasn't for all the help that you've shown me. So
Chrissy makes herself up nicer when she goes on the Blaze.
I think she always looks nice.
Chrissy gets dolled up more when she goes on Blaze.
Really?
Yep. Doesn't get that dolled up when she talks to us.
She doesn't even text me back anymore. She used to.
Just saying, I know where I rank now. It's fine. Alex is a bigger deal than I am. I'm just saying.
You're a big old baby. She's busy too.
I know where I rank.
So tell the people, though, before you go, tell the people how they can support you and what gigs you have upcoming so people can come see you in person.
It's not the one.
Thank you, Alex. Yeah, you're doing a great job, and I can already tell a difference.
Yes, it
between,
is.
like literally this show and the first one you had with Gavin. You're already like 10 times more polished. So I'm just so proud of you, and you deserve all the success you can handle.
Look at him.
Next weekend I will be in California. I'll be in Pasadena next Thursday.
With Lila Hart? Is that the Lila Hart?
With Lila Hart.
Yes.
Lila Hart, and then we're going to San Diego. All this weekend in
blah, blah,
my
blah.
tour dates. Go
Chrissy.
to
Buy your
ChrissyMayer.com. I'll be kind of touring to Jersey to
studio. And then but tell me this though, before you go, Chrissy, you are one of the hardest working women in show business. I've noticed with my channel I'm starting to get some haters, and I don't want to listen to them all, but this is the thing. I forget who it was, or I think it was actually Steel Toe who said this, who said, Alex, you get 100 compliments, but you only pay attention to the negative ones. How do you ignore?
Exactly. Alex,
look at you.
Alex, listen to me. I appreciate that. I'm not just a son of a bitch, babe.
A Methodist and the son of a bitch.
Exactly.
I love how he says bitch.
Son of a bitch. And I tell Alex every time I talk to him, both times. I told Alex, I said, fuck these people. Look at the way we do it. When someone doesn't like us, we goof, we have fun, and all of a sudden by the end of the exchange, like, all right, you guys don't suck as bad as I thought. That's all. Don't even worry about them. Puddin' Toot with 1999 says, all this ass-eating talk, I'm going to eat some ass tonight.
That's fun.
What was that guy's name? The other guy? Kyle? No, it wasn't Kyle. Sam. See, Sam?
Sam Nero?
Sam, don't do what that guy just did. Don't address the ass-eating thing whatsoever. Triple N says, your ego is so easily flattered. Yes.
Dude.
How long have you been listening?
Boners, flipping tables. His head expands for days.
How long have you been listening to this show? It doesn't take much. If I hate your fucking guts and I watch your show and you go, that Steel Toe's got a pretty funny show, I'm like, oh, I gotta get this guy on the show. He's fucking great. I love him.
If Chad turned it around one day and groveled to you, what would that do to you?
I would kick him in the head with a knifed boot, figuratively speaking.
Oh, so that wouldn't
that would not be. That's not a literal thing. No.
Really?
If Chad bowed down to me, it'd be much easier to figuratively speaking.
Okay, that's
kick
fine
him in the
then.
teeth.
Who's somebody you hate then?
I don't think I hate anyone. I'm trying to think of who I hate. I really am. I don't hate Tim Pool. I think he sucks. I don't hate boring Jeremy. I think he's boring.
Ethan.
I don't hate Ethan.
Yeah, you can't hate these people. They're just dumb.
Right.
They're dumb and boring.
They're just kind of gay.
Gay.
I don't really have a problem with them. Here's what I say.
Now there are plenty of tards out there living really kick-ass lives.
That's what I think.
Do you want to watch that tonight?
I do. I have an update from Sad Zumok, you guys. He writes, I have to buy generic batteries. Oh, Sad Zumok.
You can't do that. They don't last.
My lost interest says Aaron hates hating. Well, hate is such a strong word.
And hate is the same thing as love, for the record.
Like, I don't...
It is, though. They can't hate you without having some kind of love and adoration.
That's just it. Like, when I don't like somebody, I kind of just write them off. I don't really hate them.
How does it go for you? You're dead to me?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. I do pretend a lot of people are dead until I actually see them.
I need to start behaving that way.
I've been telling you this.
I have a hard time with that.
It's a great way to be. I'm telling you right now. Wonderful way to be. Big Boss Sperm Producer says, Zumok, I could use 3 size D batteries for my police-issued flashlight. You get him with that mag light, Big Boss Sperm Producer. You get him, buddy. RP with $2 says, what do you guys think of Comicsgate? I don't know what that is.
No idea.
If you want to inform me, I would love for you to rat some people out on that so I can know what it is, so I can have an opinion on it. Look, if I know a little bit about something, I have no problem developing an irresponsible knee-jerk reaction to it. But if I don't know anything about it, I can't make it up. I can't.
Yeah, I have no idea. Comicsgate? Is that like a...
I don't know. Is that like Heaven's Gate? Is that a bunch of comics who are going to kill themselves behind a meteor?
It sounds like some kind of like a scam.
Yeah.
Like Watergate.
Chris says, Aaron turns hate into bullying. Funnier that way and easier on the heart. Precisely, Chris. Thank you. Comicsgate is fucking gay is what I'm hearing in the chat so far. That's all I know about Comicsgate.
So somebody knows what it is.
Comic Artist Pro Secrets.
Ew.
I don't know.
So it's like a pro tips page for comics or what?
Yeah, I don't know anything about Comicsgate. Is this something I should search, you guys? Because I had a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, but I'll fuck around with you if you want to fuck around.
Well, if we're hearing it's gay, I don't know.
A right-wing campaign in opposition to diversity and progressivism in the North American superhero comic book industry. Oh, are we going to have gay-offs in comics now because all the superheroes have to be trans? Now they're going to be based superheroes. Could Superman just stop a fucking bus from hitting a baby? Jesus Christ, how complicated does this shit have to be? Christopher Nolan, this is your fault. Batman had to be dark and complex. Thwack, boom, smack. That's all these Spurgs can handle. You gave them too many, things to think about. You gave them too many lofty subjects.
Why does somebody know what this is?
I mean, this is the problem with our whole society is it's just an arms race. It's just escalation and escalation. And then we're going to make woke comics where there's going to be a lesbian Superman. Superman would kill the lesbian Superwoman. It wouldn't even be close.
Likely.
And then the righties got to go, well, since they're all gay and trans now, we got to make superheroes that just beat up gay and trans people and do this. It's like, no, you both suck. Just have Superman save a baby from getting hit by a bus. And then have him do a crossover with Green Arrow once in a while. That's it. RP says everything you are saying is Comicsgate. Okay, cool. Then I'm for him. See what I mean? I don't have deep-seated convictions.
Yeah, I can be moved.
Yeah, that's like that guy Atticus was like, he said he had no integrity. I just told you I have no integrity.
You can be transplanted like my houseplant.
Integrity is for homosexuals that think that everything means something. We're all dying. We're dead. We're worm food. Act accordingly. Be flexible.
God, you're like a solid decade from your midlife point.
Thank you, April. It's more like 4 years, but I appreciate that.
No.
80. 80.
I don't call 40 the midlife point.
40 is the age where you got...
on 50. What are you talking about?
40 years old is the age you get when you have as much road behind you. So
you're actually almost halfway through your life. You're 4 years from it. That is sickening to me.
Thanks a lot.
Somehow.
Appreciate.
Is that empty yet? I am sweating like a bitch.
But it will be.
Okay.
Are you sweating like
a Methodist and the son of a bitch?
Yeah.
There you go.
I need a new shirt.
Yeah, I'm not dead yet, but
God, I hope not.
Every year you're closer. So I'm pro Comicsgate then? Is that what I'm to believe? That's what they're making me understand, is that I'm pro Comicsgate.
Because if the guy said that it's whatever you were just saying, then you're pro it. Right?
Yeah, I just want people to shut the fuck up and make comics. I don't want them to have an agenda other than Superman saves the day, Batman, whatever.
I want a little sex in there sometimes.
Okay, April wants people fucking. Fine.
They can do that though, right?
That's what porn is for.
No, they do that in comics.
Go watch one of those shitty superhero porns.
No, whenever there's a lady in the comics, her tits are like huge and round and tiny waist.
That's true.
That's sex.
Thank you very much to Jeff H for $10 over on PayPal. 175.
Thank you.
Away from today's goal. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. There's the PayPal. There's the Streamlabs. If you guys want to chip into the show, that's great. Otherwise, super chats and memberships count as well. I want to see what people are saying about this Comicsgate thing.
All right.
They've got some takes here. They're against all the wokeness in comics. Okay, well, I am too. But I don't want them to overcorrect and make like based comics. I just want... I don't even fucking read comics. Why do I give a shit? Now you guys are good. You've learned from me. You know how to rope me into this shit without me even have a dog in the fight.
We have one comic book in here, and it's from Tommy NC 2010.
Yes.
That's it.
That's all there is here. Sad Zumach says, I stole 33 credit cards. It was a simple misunderstanding.
Oh, they just fell in his pocket.
They just did, yeah. Om says, why you got to hate on Comicsgate too, bruh? I don't. I just said I'm okay with it. It's fine. RP says, Comicsgate needs to clip this. It's fun, right? We're having a good time with Comicsgate.
I think this is great.
I want Comicsgate on our show. I don't even know who the fuck these people are, but I want them on the show.
Look into Comicsgate.
Here's what I hope they are.
A Methodist and the son of a bitch.
Pro Guns with $5 says, if you have hair down there, you're too old to care about comics. See, like, I would probably lean more towards what that gentleman is saying. Plus, reading is boring.
Are you talking about men or women?
Anybody. Daniel Hudson says, Comicsgate is gay, like Gino. Sad Zumach just says, I'm fat. He's spiraling. He is spiraling.
Self-aware, at least.
B. Smiley says, Cosmic Gate is greater than Comicsgate.
Oh, no.
Chris says, April's tits being covered is distracting to the chat, just saying.
What did that one guy call me? A road what now?
A road barrel.
I'm a road barrel.
She's a road barrel.
I'm sorry, guys.
That sounds like a real sturdy broad.
Look at my shoulders. I thought I was cute tonight. I'm not.
Kyle says, comics like the things in the back of the Star Tribune. Yeah, they're talking about Marmaduke. Like, Marmaduke became trans recently, and they just want to see Marmaduke get his dick back.
Are you shitting me?
No, I'm kidding.
Fuck.
Jesus.
What does that say about me that I would have bought that instantly?
Yeah, Van Edwards says, I want to see H3, the quartering Tim Pool and Crowder in an elimination chamber match. Ooh, that'd be fun.
Trial by combat.
Ethan Van Siver is the guy to get on the show. All right, write that down. We'll talk to him. Because I don't know shit about any of this.
Van.
I really don't. I know less than a shit. Ethan Van Sciver.
I got it.
Ethan Van Sciver.
Thank you.
Pizzagate is tastier sounding than Comicsgate, says John Hahn. Kent Shea says, nobody circles the wagons better than the Buffalo Bills. Duly noted. Duly noted. This show is starting to go off the goddamn rails.
This is so fun, though.
Why don't we talk about something? Should we play the Kevin Brennan clip that made me that put me back on Kevin's side?
Will it put me back on his side?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Okay.
Like, it's not funny. Like, Kevin's not trying to be funny. Like, he's just losing his fucking mind about Chad.
Sure.
So apparently Chad retweeted Dave Landau. Kevin Brennan almost beat up Dave Landau at the Jim and Sam show a few years ago while Dave was working for Cumia. And I guess Chad retweeted Landau, and that made Kevin mad. This show is a fucking madhouse.
It's a mess, really.
It's a mess. So they're only left with Brennan and Levy.
A Methodist and the son of a bitch.
Exactly. You guys can decide which one's which. Right. So they're left with those two, and they bring on, I think, one of the most adorable men in comedy, Ray DeVito. He's like a little fucking child. He's like Warren from something about Mary. You know, I hear if you touch his headphones, he goes ape shit and it gets retard strength and kicks the shit out of you.
Don't lose his baseball.
Yeah, you touch his baseball, he'll fuck you up. Like he's got baseball cards in the top drawer of that dresser. I swear to God he does.
And whitey tighties.
He's like the guy in Better Call Saul. Well, he stole my baseball cards. And I would like my baseball cards back.
That's the second time you've referenced that guy in 2 days.
That guy's good. But that's Ray DeVito to me.
Yeah, okay.
Kevin, you look, you don't have to pay me for the times I did Misery Loves Company, but I would like my baseball cards. There was a Mickey Mantle in there, Kevin, and I'd like to have it. All right, they're my baseball cards.
They were
By
my
the way,
dad's.
That is a great impression of that guy, and very few people are going to recognize it.
It's really good. Watch Better Call Saul, but watch Breaking Bad 300 times.
All right, so let's go to Kevin Brennan. Now, Kevin and I have had our differences.
Really?
I did the compound thing. He was very upset about that. I've taken some shots. I took compound's side in the breakup with Kevin Brennan. Silly me, I felt Kevin was being a bit irrational. So he did not like that. And we've been busting each other's balls and taking some shots. I put up the Kevin Brennan Holocaust denial video today. People can check that out. It's very funny. But I say with this next segment, I don't care if Kevin still hates me, still is mad at me, whatever. I found this from Son of Billy Wagner on Twitter. Follow him. I found this to be very, very entertaining.
I'm ready.
Chad Zumock was not on Misery Loves Company. He's been kicked off the show the last 2 episodes. Kevin found out that he retweeted Dave Landau and he had Ray DeVito on instead of Chad. And the audience was like, thank God, fuck that guy. Where's Chad? Who gives a shit? Blah, blah, blah. Let's listen to Kevin's 1-minute response to the Chad situation.
Ray stinks.
We know that.
We know that going in, Ray stinks. And then
I know that going in.
But all the people that hate Chad, they go, Chad's a piece of shit. And I go, they're right.
Okay, that's good.
They're yelling at me like, Chad's a piece of shit. I'm like, yes, he is. I do like that about Kevin.
Uh-huh.
You can't call him out on Chad because he will just 100% agree with you.
I think Kevin would throw just about anyone under the bus, though, if he doesn't like him.
Yeah, and I don't think he likes a lot of people.
Right.
So I think with Chad, like, people tell him, like, oh, he's a ticking time bomb. This whole thing's going to blow up. I think Kevin knows that.
Yeah.
I think Kevin knows that.
Is he milking it?
He sees Chad as disposable. He sees Ray DeVito and Chad as like the same person. He may even see Ray as a little bit better than Chad because he's less maintenance and
less crazy.
I think Kevin is like, instead of him thinking this is going to work, he's going into this going, it's going to blow up. It's just a matter of when. And I think that's a better attitude to have.
Okay.
Chad is a piece of shit, so I don't have to have him on. He's a fucking idiot.
This is great. Your own. Okay, so you got Carl kicking the shit out of you, me kicking the shit out of you, Gino kicking the shit out of you, Chrissy kicking the shit out of you. Everybody's kicking the shit out of you. You got one place where you got a decent audience, and it's where you're the fourth mic.
Kevin took you in.
On a podcast that's doing better than it has in recent years. And now they're shitting on. Nobody fucking likes this guy. Everybody shits on poor Chad. And everybody gets the best of him. And everybody knocks him on his ass. And then they leave after they knock him on his ass. And then he gets up going, I'm going to fight him. I'm going to get him. And they're like, Chad, the fight's over. What are you doing? He's like, it's not over until I say it's over. And then Kevin or me or Carl or someone else will walk up behind him and go, ding, ding, ding. He'll go, what? And bam. Knock him on the floor again. Repeat the same process. So this has to hurt extra when the guy who's supposed to be on the show with you is banning you from the show that day and then shitting on you really hard about what a piece of shit you are.
It has to hurt extra because like this was like his last lifeline.
But you know, with Kevin shitting on you, it's worse. Because if I'm shitting on you, there's nothing I can do for you. So you can yell at me, you can call me a cuck, you can say shit about April, you can do all this stuff. You can try to befriend my ex-wife and hit on her or whatever the fuck you're doing, creepy shit you're doing there. You can do all that because I'm not doing anything for you.
Sure.
Kevin, on the other hand, is your fucking sugar daddy.
Good luck, bud.
Kevin's your meal ticket. So Kevin, you can't say shit about. If you go on one of your streams of unconsciousness in the fucking cul-de-sac and you start yelling and screaming and popping off about Kevin, he'll cut you off the fucking teat. Ray DeVito will take your job and that show won't miss a beat.
Sorry.
I love this side of Kevin Brennan.
He's just an idiot. What does he gain by tweeting fucking Landau? Landau's a piece of shit.
He talks in the same cadence every time.
And by the way, I don't think this is going to make Kevin and I friends. He will reference this segment and he'll go, and Camel Toe's a piece of shit too. I hate him. He's fucking stupid. I hate him. He's gay.
I think he just hates everyone.
I just admire this rant.
That's a fact. That's just a fact. Chad's so stupid. You can't teach a guy to be that stupid.
That is brutal.
What Kevin's trying to say is,
ouch.
If you had a bag of dog treats and a dog in front of you,
yeah,
you couldn't train the dog through the power of treats to be as stupid.
Positive reinforcement.
No. You couldn't take a mentally challenged person and give him an infinite amount of cheeseburgers and teach him to be as dumb as Chad Zumock. That's what Kevin's saying.
Maybe Visa credit cards.
No. Kevin's saying you cannot take a person and train them to be as stupid as Chad Zumock is. Okay. Now, I co-sign that. I agree with Kevin, but he's the one who said it, not me. I agree with Kevin.
I just think it's impressive how long he had Chad on his show before getting to this point. I'm surprised it took that long to burn out.
Teach a guy to be that stupid.
Jules David, $5. Chad said he left the show because he had not been paid in over a month.
Okay, that's a lie.
I hope Chad said that, but I don't think he did. That person that pretends to be Jules David is a little shit stirrer, and they're just fucking around.
Chad said you're only paying him $100 a week.
Actually, that doesn't work. Enough. That doesn't work because for Chad, that's good money.
Yeah, that'd be incredible money.
Yeah, so you can't really say that.
You wouldn't have to steal.
Yeah,
almost.
I don't even think he makes that much on his Patreon. So there is that.
So that's a lie. I pay them at the beginning of the month when I get money from Patreon, and I pay them when I get money from the Super Chats. So they come at different times. So
he gets paid on the 1st and the 20th is basically how it works.
Fine.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a fact.
They come in
Chad left the show. Chad's a fucking liar. First of all, he's an alcoholic.
I love this so much. Kevin has so much hate in his heart that he can't stay focused on the point he's trying to make. Chad's stupid. You can't make a guy be that stupid. And Chad gets paid. Now, first of all, he's an alcoholic and he's a worthless fucking drunk. And it's like Kevin can't even finish the passionate response to how stupid he believes Chad is because he has an immediate backup thought coming of another thing he thinks that makes Chad a piece of shit.
He just can't get it out.
Is this like music to anybody else?
Oh, it's pretty great. I hope everyone's finding enjoyment in this because Chad's been the lol cow of the circles for a while.
And now he's the lol cow on his own show.
Yes, he's been milked.
Oh, man.
He's dry now.
Could you imagine what a fuck up you'd have to be for, let's say Mazer starts distancing himself from Chad? Mazer has nothing.
What about that
Sov chick? Sov chick is like, look, my photography business is struggling because I'm with a no-talent piece of shit like you, and I got to quit.
Yeah.
I got to stop doing the podcast.
My business actually can't be seen with the likes of you. You're really violent, and you dox people and get involved in their personal lives, and it's really scary.
Tony Mazur's life is over. Whatever he is now, that's what he is until he's done. He's one of those. He's just working a Joe job now where there's no growth, nothing like that. It's just look, I make enough money to cover my bills. I maybe have a pension system or something like that. I'm not going to die penniless. I'll have a couple bucks in my pocket.
Sure.
Okay, whatever. He's got a yeoman's labor, honorable thing, whatever. But he's got nothing. So, if he can't do a podcast with Chad, I think that's the next step. The next step is Sovchik or Major goes, I can't be seen with you. You're ridiculous.
This is it.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin already, he can't even, I want to go back to where he yells that he's a drunk. He can't even finish his thought.
So that's a fact.
They come
Chad left the show. Chad's a fucking liar. First of all, he's an alcoholic. He's like I don't even know what to say. I would compare him to Gino, but I mean that's a low blow.
Well, come on, it's Kevin. He's got to get the Gino shot in there.
I hear you, but him and Gino are nothing alike.
Gino's got he's got more success than Chad does, that's for sure.
By miles and miles.
Oh my God, that is fantastic. That was just such a great rant. Chad's a liar. Now, first of all, he's an alcoholic. He hates Chad so much that he can't figure out which insult he wants to start with. That's right.
Honestly, it couldn't get out of his mouth fast enough.
I love it. Gray Duckling, thank you for the $20 super chat. Says, Aaron, your mustache is not the correct Adolf stash. Well, I'm not going for that.
Well,
sir.
How are you feeling with it so far? I don't think it looks bad.
Growing this out too? I don't mind it so far. We'll see how it goes.
I think it looks fine. Maybe
it'll look good. Maybe it'll look like shit. Who knows? Ohm says, Kevin thinking a Zoom teleconference with the basic Logitech USB-A microphone is like total cringe, bruh. I don't know.
Does he broadcast out of a different room in his house every day?
No, I think he broadcasts from the same one.
He doesn't have the same artwork behind him.
Yeah, I'm not going to dig. It's like Adam says, what the fuck? I love Kevin now. I'm not going to dig on Kevin today because that was a beautiful rant. And that was awesome. And it was remarkably accurate about Chad.
Well, yeah, it's the same shit we've all been saying, though.
But you know what's funny is Chad has no fucking balls. Like, he's like, oh, I'm just going to smash these guys. I'm a mud shark. All right, Mud Guppy, let's see it. Come on, Mud Guppy. Now hammer Kevin. Go on and do a rant about Kevin because Kevin's saying everything that we've been saying about you. But you won't do it, you nutless Mud Guppy, will you? What's the problem?
Mud Guppy.
Mud got your fins, Guppy. Can't swim out of it. Won't say shit about Kevin, will you? Will you, fuckface? That's right, because you're a scared little boy. He's got your money. You know what that makes you? You know what that makes you?
Uh-oh.
When a guy's got your money, so you can't say shit about him, you know what that makes you?
Say it.
A hoe.
Oh.
Zumock, you're a hoe. That hurts, man.
That is bad.
That's a bad life to be. That's a bad place to be. You can say whatever you want about me. Why? Because we've already kicked the shit out of you. The entire internet's judged you on that one. You lost. So now you can say whatever you want. Carl, same thing. Chrissy, Gino, same thing. The scoreboard tells the story there. But Kevin, you can't say shit about Kevin, even though he feels probably stronger than we do. See, we're making fun of you. He hates your guts. But he puts money in your pocket. Not enough to get your own place, but he puts enough money in your pocket that you can afford, ramen and, another captain's hat maybe every
Bottom
month.
shelf liquor. Maybe.
Bottom shelf liquor. Maybe you can get some Absolute. I don't know. But you can't say shit to Kevin because he'll cut you off with a money trough or maybe backhand you like a bitch. Chad, I got bad news for you, buddy. That makes you a hoe. You are Kevin Brennan's hoe. And Kevin, I know you're not going to see eye to eye with me. I get that. But I will say this because I am an honest man. Bravo.
That was good.
Bravo. You took your hoe out back. You grabbed your hoe by the back of the hair. You drug him through the bar, the seedy bar that you do business in. You drug him out back. You smacked him in the mouth for talking. And now your hoe will behave itself.
Pimp hand strong.
Your pimp hand was strong, Kev. Attaboy.
It was good.
Attaboy. 830 people watching MLC today. He made a killing in Super Chats. Good job, Kevin.
Wow.
Great work. Oh, imagine how many views he'd get if he left that shit up. All right. Gino is only slightly gayer than Chad. That's only because he hasn't worn the captain hat lately. Oh, no. Gino's way better than Chad. See,
Gino's gayer?
Gino's actually a fun human being.
Yes.
Chad has no sense of humor.
None. Absolutely none.
And then he decided to be a comic. Chad really is like Richard Nixon and Frost Nixon, where Nixon's like, well, I don't like people. Makes you wonder why I got into a profession that depends on people liking me. And that's Chad. Like, why did you get into this business? You don't have a sense of humor. You're not funny. You don't know how to be funny. Why comedy?
Yeah,
then again,
like
he does.
road.
Yeah, then again, he does drink a lot. So, judgment. Citizen M says Chad is better than Gino. Gino got his jaw broken, and all his coworkers literally said couldn't have happened to a better guy. Okay, but wait a minute. What do you think they would have said if it was Chad? Let's be honest.
Come on.
199 from Matt Fields. He says Zumock doing donuts in the corn de sac tonight. Oh, that's not good. That's no good. Chad Zumock is a little bitch. He sucked on mama's tit until he was 10. You have to say allegedly.
Yeah, but then his stepdad smacked him right off that tit.
Fabian says we should have cloned Nixon like they did that guy in The Boys from Brazil. I only finished season 1. I'm sorry. Oops. Well, at any rate, I just wanted to get that clip out there because Kevin was fantastic, and he couldn't have been more spot on about Chad. That was
absolutely
that was beautiful, Kevin. Again, don't call, don't write. I get it. I understand. but it was beautiful. D. Gulag said, MLC had more views without Chad. Well, no, I totally buy that. I think that show would get a lot bigger without that anchor around their ankle, if you will. 155 away for tonight. Great job, guys. Thank you very much. There's the Streamlabs and PayPal if you feel like contributing to the show. And if you want to throw in a couple of bucks, super chats and memberships count as well. We knock out that goal. We do an extra 30 minutes. And tonight it is, God damn it.
Oh, no, what?
Bobby Lee and Brendan Schaub.
Sorry about that.
We've got for tonight. It should be a lot of fun. All right. I think we got that clip pretty much settled now. Yes. Wheat Diff says no money until Shaka speaks.
Aww.
I'm sorry. No, I got a different voice for him. Yes. Well, I will tell you all that I do believe that Mr. Brennan is spot on about Mr. Zumok. I do believe Mr. Zumok is the figurative albatross around the neck of the Misery Loves Company community, and he will prove himself to be that when they finally let his miserable, drunken ass go. Thank you. There you go. Aaron would destroy Chad in a fight. It's actually offensive to even say that out loud. It's so obvious. That actually hurts my feelings.
Isn't
that
he
you feel you even have to say it.
Isn't he like 20 years older than you too?
15, 20 years, yeah.
That is sick. Honestly.
He's really fat too. He's like remarkably out of shape. Well, when you're an alcoholic, you get that big swollen belly.
I can't stand it.
Yeah, you're in really rough shape.
And your face is always like taut and red and thick looking. Ugh.
Social News says Chad is gaining more pounds than subs. Oh, now it just feels like you're beating up on a crippled kid.
It's mean-spirited.
Yeah, I love how we shit on the guy for like 15 minutes and then we go, oh, guys, that's just mean.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do something like that? All right. Continuing on. We got a lot of stories to talk about today, a lot of things we can do. Let's go to this first one. I just thought this was a silly, quick, little fun throwaway story. Enjoy. This is a confrontation that I don't really think needed to escalate to this level.
A developing story this morning after a dispute over a parking payment ended in gunfire. The LAPD says...
As it does.
Right.
Hey, you parked in the ramp. How about $5? How about I shoot you in the face? Seems reasonable, right?
Oh my God, this feels like the end of Fargo suddenly.
Yeah, right. No, it is. It really is. Buscemi just, you're right, killing the booth operator.
Yikes.
I got shot in the fucking face. Open the fucking gate.
Last night, the suspect tried to leave a parking lot near the corner of Sepulveda Boulevard and Westchester Parkway without paying. After arguing with the security guard, the suspect shot at the security guard and the guard shot back at the suspect. Both parties were hit by gunfire and were transported to a hospital.
Jesus. So we had
no offense, but good for that guy for shooting back.
Well, yeah, I mean, you better. If you got a gun, you fucking better shoot back. But how about an Old West gunfight over how much does it cost to park in a ramp? Let's say like in a city.
Honestly.
Big event, something like that.
At most, $20.
Okay.
$20 for a couple hours.
$20 during a concert. Okay, but like during the day, $8, $10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, but at most, 20.
You shot a guy over somewhere between $10 and $20. That was worth it to you to shoot the man because in your mind, you were thinking, if I shoot this man, I get out of here and I have the $20 still in my pocket.
Right. And then there's nothing for the guy, the guard or whatever, to lose, right? Because it was in self-defense, so we're going to shoot him back.
Okay.
That's over.
What amount of money? Like, obviously, shooting someone over $20 is stupid, and it's almost like your whole existence was meant to play out in a jail cell. You're too stupid to be out in public. What amount of money do you shoot that guy over because you got to get away with it? 200,000?
200,000?
200 grand?
Wait, like, you're saying for parking?
No, I'm saying like you stole $200,000, and if you stop somehow, this guy's gonna get you. Like, what do you shoot someone over? How much money do you like? Is it like, or not? You should. I mean, obviously you shouldn't do it, but let's say
mentally up here, you start deciding that this could be worth it.
What number is this guy shooting this guy over? Where you go, okay, well that you shouldn't do that, but like I see how he had to do it in order.
$250K for me.
250,000.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Both men are still in stable condition. However, the suspect will be taken into custody once he is treated for his wounds.
No shit.
Really?
I thought they were just going to send him home. Like, you spent a lot of time in the hospital. We figure you've had time to think it over. And you're fine.
Do you ever think about how weird it must be to like be somebody who works in like a trauma ER setting and you have to care for a criminal who just like harmed other people, but you've got to like take good care of them and make sure they're okay.
Right. Hey,
I don't like that.
Keep this guy alive. We got to send him to jail. I like that.
I kind of don't. No, I don't like that. I feel like they could just not do that and then the problem would be solved.
Brie S says $21 is the number.
Oh, yeah.
Joey says $50K. Kyle says 20 grand.
Triple N says $5 million, nothing less.
Oh man, yeah, you got to think about it, man. You got to shoot somebody. You're still probably getting caught. So what I'm saying is, what amount is there where you would go,
okay, then
I'll shoot this guy, take the chance that maybe I get away and I can have a shot at, keeping this money.
If I'm probably getting caught, it's going to have to be over $1 million then.
Okay. Over $1 million.
If I didn't know that was part of the deal that I'm probably getting caught. If I could just shoot somebody and run and maybe, 50-50, I'd get away with it.
Maybe
less.
Triple N says, just let him die, April. Beast.
They just killed somebody. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, that guy just killed some people for seemingly no reason. Let's take care of him.
Yeah.
No, fuck that.
Well, those two both in stable condition. Once that guy's ready to go, they're going to ship his ass off to jail. And I have a feeling that that's going to be a pretty cut and dry case. But then again, depending on where you are in the country, he might just get out in about 6 months. And
no bail as well.
Yeah, and no bail. Best of luck to you.
He can go recover from his gunshot wound at home.
I don't understand that. Like, lay out to me the thought process of no bail. Like, how do you, even if you think America's a racist country and it's terrible, please tell me how taking someone who probably committed a violent crime, how giving them no bail and letting them out on the street is helping that cause. Because basically what you're telling me is that if you give this person no bail, they're going to be so grateful to the system that they're going to behave themselves and not commit crime anymore. Am I the only one who finds that to be perhaps one of the dumbest fucking fields of logic I've ever heard?
Or are they the most emotional they've probably ever been in their life and have nothing to lose at the moment?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the people who put that in place? Like, what's the stated goal? What do they think? Obviously, what's happening is not what they pitch, like, hey, our streets will run red with blood and everybody will, reoffend. What do they pitch to make people go, oh, this is going to be a good idea? You just watch.
I really do feel like it's just like social points. Like it's I can't be deemed as a racist or a bigot or something if I don't, make them have a bail.
Maybe
I
you're
feel like
right.
It's social points.
Maybe you're right.
Because to me, there's nothing else logically that makes sense.
Well, Shaft says you're thinking about it the wrong way. It's not logic. It's agenda. Well, see, now at least that part makes sense. They're doing it on purpose.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Yeah, it's intentional.
Yeah, I would respect that more in a way. $2 from Captain January. He says Ricada can fill you in on Comicsgate whenever you get him on. You'd get along with Ethan Van Shiver, the human sunbeam behind comics artist pro secrets. Okay. And Black at You with $5 says, don't mention Chad on Twitter with the hashtag Chad is a hoe. I repeat, don't do that. Well, wait a minute. Now people might actually do that. Oh, I see what you did there, Black at You. 150 away from tonight's goal and 30 minutes of overtime, about 35 minutes before we rattle the cans and do the super chat music, as Just a Dabbler calls it.
Yeah.
Let's go to, God damn it, where did I leave off here? I go away for just a minute to talk about people shooting each other over $20, and all of a sudden I lose track of the chat. There was one I really wanted to get to. Oh, Sue Blanton says, would you get along with Jesse P.S.? I don't think so, man.
Nope.
Like, he's never been shitty to me, but there's people I like that he's been shitty to, and I don't get it. Like, it seems like kind of a Red Bar ripoff kind of a thing. Like the same thing with
who's that guy doesn't like us.
Who's the other Red Bar ripoff guy that I just don't feel
Pancakes.
Salvo Pancakes. I don't feel I don't get a genuine vibe from those guys. I get a gimmick. I don't like people who just live a gimmick.
It seems too different from this show.
Right. I like people who are just broadcasting, and they are who they tell you they are, even if it's obnoxious, if it's serious, if it's funny, if it's whatever. There's something about like not being a character or not being a gimmick or not being a phony that I appreciate. I don't dislike the guy only because he's never given me a reason to dislike him. I just see how he's treated other people, and I wouldn't want to be associated with someone like that. It's like having a pet rattlesnake with no cage. It's like I don't want to watch my back in my own home.
No thanks.
If that makes sense. Nightwave Radio says, Chad sucks. Gino's fucking gay. Hello, Mersh. Are we doing a show this evening?
Mersh.
You got like 40 minutes till you got to get going, bud.
I like him.
Jesus. Good man.
He makes me laugh.
Mike Sheely is a good fucking man. The only problem is he's got me wanting to play goddamn Bannerlord again.
Why don't you for a little bit?
Because there is no playing it for a little bit. Bannerlord, you sit downstairs, you fucking sitting there sucking some Battanian woman's tit and marrying her and fucking her and shit, and then killing a bunch of people and marauding, and then all of a sudden 2 hours have gone by, you have a full beard, and you feel like a bag of shit who's wasted their day. In other words, it's a commitment. That's all I'm trying to say. It's a commitment.
I will fuck right off.
Thank you. See, Mersh says, you don't play Bannerlord. You become consumed by Bannerlord.
Oh, I've watched you be consumed before. I mean, I don't have a problem.
Oh, God. I beat off once. She was okay, I defeated the Battanians. We declared peace. I married the fucking king's daughter after I conquered like 4 of their towns. Like,
yes.
How do you not beat off a little bit? I'm sorry.
I will go to the gym.
The V and the B keys still don't work right. It's my fault. I'm sorry.
They do stick. He also ripped off the rim of the CTRL.
Do they work? Do they work?
I don't know. If you push them hard enough.
Nightwave Radio says the Battanian's daughter sucks. Her womb is as desolate as New Mexico. I can't remember her. I had like 3 kids with that bitch.
Jesus Christ.
I was a Valandian. Us Valandians lay it deep, Mersh.
Aaron's out here having kids with everyone but me.
Us Valandians hit bottom every time, and we deliver a straight shot. Right?
Wow. I feel honored.
Corin, is that her name? Yeah, I think that's her name. Corin. Fuck it. Now I want to play that game. The daughter of the king of Battania.
Do it.
Oh, fuck my ass. Now I'm completely distracted.
You've got an hour left. Maybe a half hour. We'll see.
You know what I think? Fuck it. You know what? No, nobody cares. I'm sorry.
Overtime. We play Bannerlord. Is that what you're saying?
No, nobody wants to watch me play Bannerlord.
We want to play Bannerlord. Maybe Mersh would come in and play with you. Can you do that?
No, but neither of us play online. Really? I asked him. I was like, do you ever play online?
But would you for the show? Come on, don't be gay, you two.
Nobody who's watching this right now gives a flying rat fuck. In fact, since I've talked about it, we've probably got less people watching. It's a very specific group of people. I'm
trying to help.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a little too excited. I am starting to sweat.
I'm very sweaty. I want a new shirt, and you won't tell me to go make drinks.
Do you know what I'm ranting like?
A Methodist and the son of a bitch!
I don't know why I like that line so much. Go ahead. Go make your drinks.
I'm changing shirts.
Go make your little drinks. Mersh says the full game doesn't work online. You can just simulate battles, right? And that's a little limp-wristed. Am I right, boys and girls? All right, let's move on. Can I even do this one? Yeah, April saw the story I had up next. I don't even know if we spent a week on Rumble, and look, it's got its shortcomings. But like, I just appealed a strike the other day, and of course it got repealed or whatever. Like, I didn't get the strike, but it just made me think, like, you don't even know what can hit you. Like, it's not as bad as Twitch, don't get me wrong. But, like, there's still, like, you can get hit for shit, and you're like, you just made that one up. Like, that was almost like a makeup call in basketball or football. So, like, I saw this story a couple days ago, and I'm like, oh, this would be a fun one to discuss. Not even to discuss, just kind of a gloating one where you're like, oh, hey, didn't a shitload of people have their lives ruined because of this for the last, like, 3 years? But, like, is YouTube going to call this medical misinformation even though you're talking about a study? Who knows? Okay. You know what? Why don't I quote the study first before I get in trouble? Don't you feel like a cuck doing that? A study published in The Lancet. Never heard of it. A study published in The Lancet showed that natural immunity to COVID provides, and I'm quoting, at least as high, if not higher levels of protection against COVID-19 as 2 doses of an mRNA Botox shot. I'll just say that. How about that? There. I didn't say anything about anything else. So that was in The Lancet, which, again, I mean, Google it yourself. Probably some wacko wingnut right-wing publication. The research analyzed 65 studies from 19 different countries to determine the level of protection from past infection against subsequent reinfection, symptomatic COVID-19 disease, and severe disease. Sounds like a bunch of homo talk to me, am I right? The study noted, quote, our meta-analysis showed that protection from past infection and any symptomatic disease was high for ancestral alpha, beta, and delta variants, but was substantially lower for the Omicron BA.1 variant. I don't even remember these anymore. But like, this is what really sucks about these, is that for years, it's crazy to think that it was years, but for years, people had all of their shit taken away for saying things like this. Like, people couldn't be on Joe Rogan's show. Joe Rogan couldn't keep his episodes up if he talked about it. You got looked at funny at work. You got kicked off of social media. But then, okay, that's bad enough. But then once they all admitted that they were wrong and that it was actually the other way, it was supposed to be just, oh, well, bygones be bygones, right, guys? No worries. Hey, everything's all good here. Not like, hey, here's your Twitter back. Not like, hey, here's all your social media accounts back. Here's your job back. Here's your spot at college back, everything. No, none of that. Just, hey, what do you do, right? Yeah, you win some, you lose some. Let's move on like nothing happened. Well, yeah, it's easy for you to say nothing happened for you and you still got to call the shots. It's amazing that the people who fucked this up and bungled it still get to like do shit. And still get to like make decisions. But then again, that's been the way it's been like my entire life. Like you look at like after 9/11, all these guys in the Bush administration got to plan this grand invasion of Iraq. I mean, what did Iraq have to do with 9/11? I mean, nothing. As a matter of fact, we kind of learned, hey, it'd be kind of nice to have Saddam as a buddy again because these Iranians are out of their fucking mind. But at any rate, you invade Iraq. These guys make all these grand predictions about how great it'll go. They completely fuck it up, and they get to keep their gig. Oh, you got fucking pressured into taking that off, didn't you?
No, I was sweating. I told you that.
I suppose.
Hot. I turned the thermostat down.
I suppose. So, like, all these people, they fuck shit up, and this is why there's no, like, reforming government. People say, oh, we can reform it. The Republicans will take over, and they'll reform it. They ain't reforming shit. The only thing is to tear it down. Like, tear down the apparatus that gets to make these decisions. You can't reform it because the people who are going to reform it are the people who fucked it up. The people who fucked it up don't get fired. They don't have to leave.
What did I miss? What are we talking about?
The study in The Lancet with the natural immunity versus,
that one.
Versus Botox.
Isn't that fun? You mean the thing that everyone lost jobs and social media pages over?
And again.
Reputations and family members.
And then once they admitted they were wrong, they never got it back.
Yep.
It was just, oh, well, shucks, right? Am I right, buddy? Move on.
There's no reparations for those things.
People are not unhappy about your wardrobe change.
I will not wear the sweater again. I'm so sorry. I thought it was cute.
Holy tits, Batman.
They're small.
Wah wah wee wah, says Von Kaiser. MSO says I see nipple.
No, you don't. I don't know.
RP says show just got 85% better.
I'm sorry.
Chris says justice for the puppies, finally. Did I mention it's wonderful not being a woman on the internet? I love this.
There's nothing I can do. I'm actually sweaty and hot. There's nothing I can do.
That's really sexy what you just did right there.
Yeah.
You wiped that sweat on my arm, you dirty slut.
You want to lick it?
Okay, you know what? They're going to get sick. I'm sorry. Adam says, sorry, Aaron, we've all stopped listening now.
Here, let me play. Oh, now they can't see anything.
You dirty teeth. You're dirty, dirty teeth. C says, let's hit the evening goal now. Time to make that evening goal. I agree with C. Whether he's being serious or not, I 100% agree with him.
Agreed.
Only $1.50 away. That's pretty cool.
Woodford makes a goddamn good drink.
They do make a solid bourbon, don't they?
That is delicious.
Strip down to your sports bra, Aaron. I think we're good.
Oh, you can show you off your like e-cups that you had earlier.
No, those can only be in the shirt.
I think it'd be very funny sometime if we're being complete tards.
Yeah.
For like overtime on a really silly show. If they like hit an overtime goal that you had to do the overtime in your
I think Ricada had the titties out yesterday, somebody was saying.
Did he really?
Yeah, Ricada had the
like,
titties out.
You can be like the, you can stand in solidarity with the shop teacher in Canada.
John Hahn says, work that mic, April. Slower.
What?
Jay Hasty says, come on, Aaron, let him flap in the breeze. There will be no flapping.
It feels good. It's too hot in here.
Am I the only one who doesn't give a flying bag of dog shit about the Megan Fox Machine Gun Kelly thing?
I've decided I don't give a shit because it really seems like a couple of like attention whore, confused, angry.
Like when I thought Machine Gun Kelly was fucking some fat girl, I was interested.
Really?
Because I was like, this is fascinating. So he's got Megan Fox. And he fucked some chubby chick in his band. That's awesome.
I don't think he did.
Well, no, he didn't. That was a lie. That got made up. But that would have made it more interesting. Now they're just like going to couples therapy. What? Because it's because you're all wrong for each other. It's because she lived the wife and mom life and it was sheltered and she was with a pretty boy and all that. And now she's going slumming with some grease monkey who's fucking worthless and a pill popper and all kinds of fucked up problems. And she wanted to go slumming for a little bit. But that's all it ever was, but you tried to make a life out of it.
What's crazy to me, though, is like they're both probably really rich. They both have kids, so they know what that's like. They're both weird. I actually thought they were a perfect couple and deserved each other for a while because they're that weird.
No, she's a mom and a wife. She got sick of that life for a while. She went slumming with some garbage pail kid.
Okay.
And now they're finding out, surprise, surprise, we have nothing in common. It doesn't work out. Let's go to couples counseling together. No. How about you just call it quits? Machine Gun Kelly can go find some heroin chic girl that he wants to go fuck around with.
She is way too hot for
Megan Fox can go find some established. She needs a dad, so she needs like a
businessman,
42 to 47-year-old actor. Leo, there you go. Leo for Megan Fox. Boom. He can go with a little bit older chick and mature it up a little bit. She can have a father figure.
How old is she?
I'm going to guess she's about 35.
That's it?
Yeah. How old is Megan Fox? She's 36.
Wow, God, I thought she was older.
No.
For some reason?
She's 36 years old.
Interesting.
So put her with Leonardo DiCaprio, it serves two masters. Perfect.
She's still like 20 years younger than him, right?
11.
Oh.
It's a little more responsible, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Pro Guns with $5 says, if you trust the government, you don't know history. Am I right? She's too old for Leo, but that's what I'm saying.
But he needs this, and she's still remarkably hot.
She's incredibly attractive.
Yes.
And he needs to cut the shit for a while. Because he even said, we talked about it last week, he said that, I don't like that people are saying that I date really young chicks. Well, then stop dating really young chicks or just stop listening to it, one of the two.
Switch it up. We could do this. You
can't walk around with girls who still have their learner's permit and then get mad that people point that out. That's not how it works. You don't get
honey, you can drive to our date as long as I'm in the car with you.
If you're with a girl who keeps getting carded at a bar, people are going to make fun of you for that. Well,
it's true.
She's being carded for his driver's license for a beer. They're asking you if you'd like the AARP discount. I mean, people are going to point out how funny that is.
Yeah, that's true.
So why don't we get him with Megan Fox? She can have someone who can like control her a little bit because she's dumb. And then he can be with someone who's going to help him live his Mac Miller fantasy. And then, good to go.
That doesn't end well if you're going
That's
for the
what I'm
Mac
saying,
Miller
but that's
fantasy.
what he wants.
I feel like he's an extra fucked up David Bowie. That's what I feel. He's
How dare
extra
you.
fucked up
Dude,
David Bowie.
I don't even like David Bowie, and to me, that's sacrilege.
I did.
That's sacrilege.
I don't know any of his music.
I was going to say.
I don't know any of MGK's music at all. But I mean, like, visually, that's what he's going for.
He's Bam Margera more than he's David Bowie.
Jesus, that's an insult to MGK.
He's a fucking junkie.
Look up the net worth between the two of them. I bet one of them's more successful.
I'm just saying in terms of like what a junkie he is. MGK.
I think they're both junkies.
Net worth $25 million.
That's pretty great.
Bam Margera net worth I've seen everywhere from 5 to 15 million.
MGK's
here's 20 million.
5 times the net worth.
20. Now I'm seeing a lot of 20. Here's a 50. So 20 million. They're worth about the same amount of money. And they both probably do a similar amount of drugs. So.
One of them can still function and take care of their kid, though. So.
Does Machine Gun Kelly have a kid?
Oh, yeah. She's like a teenager.
I'm sure he had it with a woman from his first marriage.
I want you to look it up, actually. I actually really want you to look up.
Is she a trash fire?
Check it out. Check out his
baby mama. Casey Coleman. Emma Cannon. All right, I got to see this. Emma Cannon.
Oh, that ain't her.
The basketball player?
Oh, that is her.
A pro basketball player? Is who he's got a kid with? Okay. That is not what I was
actually
expecting.
didn't know she was a basketball player. I knew what the kid looked like, and I'm like, Aaron should find joy in this.
It's just that there's a pro basketball player who's not a lesbian. That's just kind of shocking.
That is kind of shocking. Or is it still being a lesbian if you're with MGK?
I mean, it's as close as you can get to being a lesbian while still taking dick.
Right. Consider it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, that threw me. I will admit that's not what I saw coming.
No.
From that whole thing. Damn it. Yeah, you remember when Elon Musk said that he was going to start charging for verification badges on Twitter?
Yeah.
And a bunch of really rich people lost their minds and thought that that was gay and they're in an exclusive club and you shouldn't be able to pay for a check mark. And everybody else in the country was, it's fucking stupid and it's terrible and Elon Musk is ruining everything. Well, he's not out of his mind. He's just ahead of the curve.
Okay.
Mark Zuckerberg is now following in Elon's footsteps and you can now pay to be verified with Meta.
Oh, no.
He writes, good morning and new product announcement. This week we'll start rolling out Meta Verified, a subscription service that lets you verify your account with a government ID, get a blue badge, get extra impersonation protection against accounts claiming to be you, and get direct access to customer support. So he's literally doing the same thing Elon Musk did.
Well, maybe Twitter is going gangbusters suddenly. I don't know.
It must be working out pretty well for him.
If you think about it this way, if you're one of those people on Twitter who worked so hard, even you for a while on this show, you were like, hey guys, let's get my Twitter followers up and stuff so we can get to that blue check, you know? And
yeah,
if you worked your way up to that blue check and then suddenly it's as simple as buying it, that kind of sucks.
Yeah. But I still wouldn't care.
No, it's not like it means anything. Fuck Twitter.
Yeah, I'd still be like, I'd still go, okay, cool. You have to pay to be verified. Fucking
Twitter's a fun
great.
place I can post fake booby pictures of Aaron on.
There you go. That's what it should be.
That's
for.
what I think it should be for.
Perfect. All right, guys, if you are liking the show this evening, why not hit that like button? Why not subscribe to the channel? Share the show. Hopefully we can get an extra half hour out of the program. Right now we got about 15 minutes until we rattle the cans and see if we can't knock out that goal. 145 away for today. That's within striking distance, I think. There's the Streamlabs. There's the PayPal. If you feel like contributing to our show, we sure do appreciate it. We are a listener-supported show. We are filthy, disgusting e-beggars, and that is how this show stays on the air, through disgusting, awful e-begging. Von Kaiser says, hey, I am liking this. Well, then there you go.
Thanks, buddy.
There you go. Hit the like. Are we over 100 yet?
I don't know.
Jay Hasty says this show is fucking mint. Well, you know what? God,
I liked that.
God bless your sweet ass cheeks, sir. I appreciate that. Where are we at? Shaft says not making the goal tonight. Boy, that would really bum me out, Shaft. But you know what? 145. That's kind of no man's land. That's like it could go either way. We could knock it out. We could not knock it out. So
I was 141.
Okay, so oh wow, shit. All right. Well, we like to be at 200 by the end of the evening show. That's a pretty good pace. Thank you, everybody. W Man says I don't liking this. Fuck you, dude says I got you. Reported for being really good. No, that's not.
No, we don't report.
But that's not what we want at all.
No.
We don't want you to report us for anything.
We just like here. We hit the thumbs up and the subscribe.
All right. 145 away. Let's see if we can knock that out. You know, this, I know that older generations like to shit on the younger generations. It's easy. It's a simple thing to do.
Oh, this new generation's gone to shit.
Yeah,
and that's always been said.
A bunch of homos and they're going to dye all their hair purple. And every generation technically goes through a dyeing their hair fucked up colors phase, right?
I feel like mine was like the emo black phase. Everyone dyed their hair black.
Yeah, but
like that punk rock.
We always there were always a couple kids in your class that dyed their hair goofy colors, and you're just like, shut up. Well, Gen Z, we all like to shit on, right? Gen X likes to shit on them. Millennials, we love to shit on them. Boomers are pretty much dead now, so nobody really cares what they think. They've left this country in shambles anyway. Well, I can't shit on Gen Z for this. Apparently, they're getting tired of Tinder. They're getting tired of sending pictures of their cocks and titties to each other all the time.
Thank God.
They want to see each other in public. They want to see each other in person, face to face. They want to ditch dating apps. Almost 2/3 of them want to ditch dating apps and social media to find love in more traditional ways after admitting that online dating, quote, has killed true romance. They're right.
It's not wrong. Exactly.
I mean, that does give you hope for Gen Z because they're right. Like, look, if you don't want romance, then online dating is perfect for you. You talk, haha, you make her giggle 3 times. You start talking really weird, fucked up, horny shit. You start sending pictures of your genitals to each other, and then you meet up and you fuck somewhere. Okay, it's good for that. I think the odds of finding the next Mrs. You that way is very low.
Yeah, it hasn't worked out well for anyone in my life that I've heard of using it. I mean, I was listening to Anthony and Gavin, I think it was last week, talk about this, how when like people get divorced in their 30s and shit and then hop on the Tinder and start fucking like single married moms like every single night who just want a free meal and a fuck quick.
Right.
And then you'd never have anything with them because they're a single mom and married.
Exactly.
And it's like, that's basically what you find. There's never anything meaningful there.
Right. You got to go to, like, it sounds cliche, but you got to go to bars, restaurants, shopping centers, shit like that. Grocery stores. And you got to find
places.
Like, if you want to find someone that you're going to have a relationship with, you have to go to those places. Look, if you want to fuck, go on Tinder until your dick rots off.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Wonderful. Soccer games, somebody says. Look, if you don't mind
games?
them having a kid or two, soccer games. Perfect. All of that's great. The bars on the Sunday of a football game, that could be kind of fun.
I think bars are fine.
That could be fun.
As long as you run into them organically at a bar, I think that's fine.
Yeah, funerals, says Full Metal Neat. Exactly. They're grieving.
Their spouse just died. You can pick them up, actually.
Oh, you can get them off the scrap heap for cheap. They don't really know what they're worth because they're mourning.
You can put their heart back together for them.
It's like when the Vikings claimed Chris Carter's contract off waivers for $100 from the Eagles, you know? That worked out great for us.
Sure.
Thank you guys very much. I want to thank Ronald for the $10 over on PayPal. Appreciate that, buddy. 135 away from tonight's goal. So we're getting close, and we are, we're about 10, 15 minutes away from firing off the music and seeing if we can knock down that goal. If we hit it, the show is supported. We give you, we add 30 minutes onto the clock, and we do some fun shit for you. So please, if you feel like contributing, there's the Streamlabs, there's the PayPal link. It's also at the top of the page. Or you can do super chats and memberships. That counts as well. Yeah, people are saying Waffle House.
Waffle House, that could work.
Yeah, you're sitting there hitting on the waitress, and somebody throws a chair at you, and she catches it for you, and it's love at first
And then
sight.
you have that look at each other when she's sitting here holding that chair that she just caught.
Yeah.
You were supposed to look at me, and I was going to give you the look. But
and then how does she look at you after she catches the chair?
Passed.
Oh, okay.
You don't get the look now.
You know what it is? I don't look at you because we don't really love each other.
I don't think we do. I think we're really good at doing a show together. And we're going to end up like The Rock and his ex-wife and just be,
You know that you're just aiding all of the fan fiction and everything. April hates all the fan fiction, but boy, will she just throw a few fish flakes.
Do I hate it?
You do. She'll throw some fish flakes in there from time to time.
They got to eat too.
Zero Dark Tony says Whole Foods and laundromats. Whole Foods, yes. Laundromat, you might get some of the hood rat element. Some of the white trash element too.
If it's an old school one, I don't know how many of those still exist. I actually find that kind of romantic.
Oh, look at our big man David Chandler dropping in with his usual hundo. What a fucking guy. David Chandler with 100, knocking it down to $35 tonight. David Chandler, just a consistently generous dude.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You know what I say to that?
You'd all be dead now if it wasn't my David.
It's true.
Victor says, April hates Aaron confirmed. I'm off to Reddit.
Victor.
Hey, where's our boy Ben? Like, I just mean like in the chat. I don't mean like,
Which
chipping in
boy?
because he's given enough for a 3 lifetimes. But
well, howdy, Fred.
I haven't seen him. I see him on Twitter.
What has Fred been up to?
I see Fred on Twitter, but I don't. Maybe he.
Chops has been missing too. Have you noticed that?
They might have changed schedules. They watch the show at different times.
No,
it happens.
We've had a big changeover in owners.
That's true.
Over the years.
Raz of Chaz says lots of great relationships started and ended at Benton Station. Oh man.
I've never. I don't know. I can't speak for you, obviously, but I've never had like a one night thing or a relationship start at Benton Station.
I will say this about Benton Station. There have been times where
I almost had one.
I've had to have a buddy pull one of these like.
Really?
No. Bro.
They're all chunker buds.
Don't. Well, yeah, but you don't know that when you're out drinking and the lights are down and everything else. There was one time at Benton Station. It was after I was done doing comedy. And there was a decent one.
Yeah.
But we went back to like the headlining comics room and it was like 4 of us. And I'm like, this is gay. Like, it's like...
You just went back into that
room? There's no chance. Well, he wanted to go back to it. He's like, why don't you guys come back to my room? We'll drink, we'll hang out. And I'm like, how does this benefit me? Like, how is this going to work?
If she's with, then you got your chance.
Yeah, but where?
You use your manly wiles and get her to go somewhere with you?
I don't remember how it ended. I was fucked up. I will admit.
I feel
I was
like
pretty fucked up.
I've had some pretty great times at MC's Dugout.
Yeah.
Brothers Bar and Grill, like back when that was still around, that's not the place to find anyone either. That's just ratty.
See? Not a
the
good
press
place.
burned down, thank Christ.
Oh, God. And then it all went over to the red carpet.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what we're talking about.
I can't go to the red carpet now.
The Ghost of Yule Gibbons with $5 says, I'm helping. And David Chandler says, you guys take it from there. I think they'll get it. What, $30 away from tonight's goal? You guys have got it. There's all the links in the chat if you want to chip in. Derek Darwin from Midland Armory says, don't worry, Staska always jumps on the grenade at Benton.
He's not wrong. How many times, and it's not even that many times for us, but how many times have we alone been there with Staska and hoped and helped, and he will not take the advice.
He just keeps dancing with pigs. It's fucking remarkable.
He seems to like it.
Oh, man, he really does.
I don't know.
Kyle Winters with $5 says, congrats on the special. Keep up the amazing work, guys. Oh, thank you very much. Marquise with $10 says, I always wondered, what is that ink April has? It's dope as fuck. $20 away.
Yeah.
Well, would you like to? People love talking about their tattoos. Now's your chance.
Briefly, it's a deer skull and roses and some bullshit behind it because I'm big into hunting. That's really all it is. It's very exciting.
And some bullshit behind it?
Well, I don't know, like the floral shit. Like, what do you call it? I don't know.
MSO says no goal tonight. I don't know, $20 away in 15 minutes? I feel like that's pretty easy. Ghost of Yule Gibbons with 10. We take 7. He says, fuck you, MSO. 15 away from knocking her out. 15. Oh, see, now MSO, he's like we should almost pay him as a motivator because now look at him. Now they're knocking it out with only 15 left. That's like nothing.
He's working for us.
MSO secretly working for Steel Toe over here. All right. By the way, that means no super chat music because we're under $50, so we're just going to organically knock the thing out. But that makes me really happy that Gen Z wants to get out and actually go find people. There we go, guys. Daniel Hudson with 20. That's going to knock it out.
Thank you.
Now you are, MSO says, works every time. Now we are on to Tuesday morning. There you go. Oh, now we're into that. No Pen 15 Fathead says, I love Chad. That is the third 10 in a row. So that means that's going to count for the whole 10.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. 340 away from tomorrow morning. Well, thank you very much, guys. That's very nice.
Very sweet.
And you guys are, again, already working on tomorrow morning. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. We're going to tack another 30 minutes onto the tape. All right. I think we're all caught up there with our thank yous and whatnot.
Yep.
A little bit of bad news from last week that we didn't get to. Bruce Willis's aphasia has now devolved into dementia. That's yours, not mine.
Hey.
Yeah, Bruce Willis is doing none too well.
It's really sad to hear that. honestly. But so expected, I guess.
He had aphasia, which is like the beginning of an Alzheimer's type thing. And he couldn't remember lines, and he was being fed his lines. And his family and his managers had him doing a bunch of bullshit movies that were fucking terrible and low budget.
Pumping him out.
Just pumping him out so he could build up a war chest for his retirement, which I don't understand because Bruce Willis has got to be worth a shitload of money, and he's in his 60s, so you'd think he'd be fine.
Do you think that means his family's like milking him to get the money out for when he dies?
See, I thought he's almost 70. He's 60. He's going to be 68 in a couple of weeks. So, like, no, I think his management wanted to make a bunch of money off him before he couldn't work anymore.
Sure. So maybe family wasn't the right thing to say, but I think the people around him were looking for the money.
I think so. So, I mean, as shitty as it is to say that, like, I think that's exactly what happened with Bruce Willis. Well, now the aphasia is full-blown dementia, frontotemporal dementia. His daughter posted that update and a statement from the family telling fans Bruce has now been diagnosed with a common cause of dementia, which is known as FTD. That was him a couple weeks ago. He just kind of looks like an old man.
Is there anything you can do for that?
Die, unfortunately.
I've had a couple friends' parents actually that got dementia. It just kind of takes the person away from you.
Like, are you okay in spurts?
I think you are, but I just think that you're not okay all the time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you're just not always there anymore. It's not consistent.
But you have spots where you're good. And I suppose it goes from like 90-10, 80-20,
yeah, I do
70-30.
think it gets worse, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Zero Dark Tony with $9.99. Thanks, buddy. He says, F, marry, kill Brennan Zumak Melendez. Oh, boy.
That's really gross.
I'm going to fuck Brennan. Oh, no. I got to marry Melendez because I'd kill Zumak.
I'm with you on that one.
Fuck Melendez, marry Brennan.
Damn it, I wish you hadn't said that first because I'm going to do the same thing.
Why is the guy answering first?
Zumak,
what a gay.
You really did think about that quickly. No, I've got to get rid of Zumak because he's the worst. I'll fuck Melendez because that's a one-time thing. I'll marry Brennan, I guess, because he's probably got the most brain cells rattling around, and I'm guessing the best fuck out of all of them.
And he's doing that show all the time, so he's not going to bother you too much, right?
Yeah, you don't ever see his people around.
Yeah. So, Bruce Willis is in rough shape. Bruce has always found joy in life and has helped everyone he knows to do the same. It has meant the world to see that sense of care echoed back to him and to all of us. We have been so moved by the love you have all shared for our dear husband, father, and friend during this difficult time. Your continued compassion, understanding, and respect will enable us to help Bruce live as full a life as possible. Oh, I just never want anyone to say that about me. That I'm going to live as full a life as possible.
Right, you're basically on your way out.
Yeah.
That sounds like hospice shit.
I mean,
that's hospice talk, really.
Mentally, that's where you're at, for sure. And there's nothing, like, there's not a jogging or food you can eat or anything like that can, like, stop that. It's just one of those things that just, you get touched by it.
Is it a genetic thing? Like, does that shit get passed to you and eventually it kind of kicks in? Or can it happen to anybody?
I think it can happen to pretty much anybody.
Do you know how scary that is?
Yeah. It's terrifying, right?
Yeah.
Aaron is basically reading the obituary, says Chris. I feel bad now. B. Joggin says, oh, God, treat me like a horse with a limp and put me down. John Hahn says, this show is so balanced now. High and tight, tits on the right, fried eggs nailed to the wall on the left.
Wait. That
it's
left
flipped around
me,
for
right?
you. No, it's flipped around for you. They're saying me.
I think you have very nice titties.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Not everyone.
Isn't that all that matters?
Not everyone seems to agree. Sid Saraf says everyone loves April. That's very nice. You guys are already $20 into tomorrow. Thank you. Very nice.
Thank you.
Great job.
I'm going to go to bed thinking about that comment.
It's nice. All right. Well, Bruce Willis, watches movies, remember him that way, and don't remember this shit. Kelly Ripa has run another co-host out of town. Jesus Christ.
No way. Really?
Yep. Kelly Ripa got rid of another one.
I can't believe that shit. I liked her with Michael Strahan for a little bit. And I only know that because I had to watch with my grandma.
But there was Regis first. Remember, she replaced Kathy Lee.
Regis Philbin? Is that his name?
Philbin.
Philbin.
That's a generation gap right there.
Philbin.
That's like an age gap right there.
I watched him too.
But there's a lot of people my age who'd smack you in the head for saying that.
I fucking watched him too. It's just I was little.
Regis Philbin. There's a director who shoots his own shots. That's Regis Philbin.
I think it's great that I was even close.
So he went. He was old. Then like Michael Strahan became for some reason like the guy. I don't know why anyone would. What deal with the devil did Michael Strahan make that he's like the person who interviews everyone now? And
he's a likable guy, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, but he's not Walter Cronkite. And they've got him like interviewing like really famous people, like important people.
This for one, that'll get you a few points.
Okay, Gayle King.
I don't know. He's extremely likable. He gets along well with everybody, it seems. And nobody seems to have a problem with him.
So, no Regis, no Michael Strahan. Did she have Neil Patrick Harris for a little bit, or is he a guest guy? I think it was a guest guy. And now she's got Ryan Seacrest. So, basically, how shitty do you feel if you're Kelly Ripa? Everybody you work with becomes the most famous guy in the world, and you get stuck hosting that show with another co-host.
I don't know, because I think people still watch her show no matter what.
Well, like Regis had Regis had Kathy Lee Gifford.
Yeah.
And then she got caught, like her clothing line was made by sweatshop workers, so she had to hightail it out of the business for a while before she came back.
Don't get caught.
And then he had Kelly Ripa. That was it. And then he bailed. Kelly Ripa's like run through 3 already, and she's been there, what, like 15 years, 20 years?
She's been there a long time. I bet you 20 years.
Gotta be getting old. I remember her being really hot.
She was. She was absolutely hot. I remember when I was a teenager, I'm like, God, I hope I look that good someday.
She's 52. And she looks kind of
She's still not bad.
Come
on.
Here,
You
Kelly
are
Ripa,
so nitpicky.
Here.
Yeah, I
Okay,
rest my case.
You know what? Fair game.
I would.
Yeah, she's still pretty good.
That's a pretty hot 52-year-old. Not as hot as like a, what's her face?
Elizabeth Hurley.
Hurley.
Yeah, she's not bad.
Or
but let's
Carmen
go
Electra.
Kelly Ripa 2002. She was a cutie.
That's kind of the same chick with straight hair.
Oh no, that face is nice and smoothed over. That's the difference between a road in the summertime and a road in the spring after the winter is blown through and created potholes and shit.
Really?
It looks like a road still, don't get me wrong. It's just that you see some spots.
I really feel like she looks pretty similar.
Fine, she was never that hot to begin with then. I don't know. But yeah, she's going to get another co-host now. How old is she? 50-something?
52.
52.
How old is Seacrest? He's got to be 50-something.
Seacrest has got to be getting up there. Yeah, he's got to be getting up there as well. $2 from W-Man says, can both of you give Chad one legit compliment?
He never gives up.
Yes, there you go. He gets up off the floor every time he gets hit in the dick.
Even when he shouldn't, he doesn't give up.
There you go.
And that's genuine.
$2 from Pen 15. No Pen 15. Fathead says, Dr. Kelly Ripa. I don't know how Dr. Cox did it. I can't remember the line. Fuck me, right?
I like to watch you try, though.
Thank you. Big Boss Man Sperm Producer says, what the fuck? I had a super chat. Oh, I missed it. Where'd it go? Oh, here you go. $1.99 from Big Boss Sperm Producer says, Bruce says, thank you. Then wait, what for?
Oh.
It's not nice. Not very nice. Give the guy a couple of days to settle into his dementia. For God's sake.
Can you imagine getting that diagnosis? What do you do?
Forget about it 10 minutes later? That's the best part.
Become 10-second Tom.
Yeah, the best part about having dementia is everyone else knows you have it, but you don't.
What's wrong with me? Oh,
just forget.
Bruce, you've got dementia. It's going to be okay, though.
No.
What?
Fair and Balanced says, just popped in, but I hope it's a delightful transition, Aaron. Oh, no, I'm not a hack. I'm not changing how I spell my name. I'm keeping my dead name.
I had some stars stopping by my tweet today. She was one of them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How many stars did you have stopping by your
I
tweet?
counted at least 3 or 4.
Yeah?
Yep.
Name them.
Chrissy, Farron, Tony, that Zero Dark Tony guy.
Zero Dark Tony's a star.
He's a pretty big guy.
All right.
Who's the 4th one? I had a guy. It was a dude.
Didn't we all? No,
I have a bitch.
Here's the thing about Ryan Seacrest, though. Like, Michael Strahan left Kelly Ripa to, like, go be the main guy on, like, Good Morning America or the Today Show or whatever it is. Ryan Seacrest is just straight up leaving because he doesn't want to be there anymore. Like, he doesn't have anywhere better to be. He's got a He's got a radio show and the New Year's Eve thing once a year.
I don't watch like these singing shows, but when did he leave like American Idol?
Oh, you know what? You're right. He still does, but he's been doing American Idol.
Oh, he still does it?
Yeah. So
I guess that doesn't happen until the evening.
Look, man, this is the third person she's worked with that's left.
And are there any complaints? Like, you know how people complain about Ellen DeGeneres throwing staplers?
I like that about her, by the way. That's the only thing about Ellen that I liked.
Really?
She fucking threw staplers at people.
I didn't mind her. I think she legitimately gives a shit about some things, and then she has some fun with some people, and then she goes home.
All right, guys, you want to do the overtime? I got some overtime stuff for you.
Uh-oh.
I do. 3:25 away from tomorrow morning. Also, thank you guys very much for getting a head start on Johnny and I tomorrow, because we are some ugly, ugly guys. That's for sure.
How about some self-confidence?
I still think we're going to do
I'm going to beat it into you later.
We're going to do a great show. It's just that we're not the best looking dudes in the world.
Well, I think you're both just remarkably attractive.
Isn't that fucking sweet of you? Thank you very much. Guys, go ahead and hit the like button. How close are we to 200 before we get started with overtime here? Also, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. That's a big one because we're at 9078 right now, looking to get to 10,000 by the end of March. And if you're in the chat right now or you're watching the show and you like what we do and you haven't just done that simple thing of hitting that subscribe button, come on, what are you waiting for? Why not? Let's get up over 9,080 by the end of tonight, and then let's push towards 9,100 tomorrow. What do you say? 159 for likes. All right, everybody fire off that like button. Let's get to 200.
Hit it.
By the time we're done here tonight. Up over 162 already. Jay Hasty says, this show deserves the subs, damn it. Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, we haven't told you, March 2nd, a week from Thursday at 9:30 Central Time on the morning show, Perry Caravello is going to be joining us.
I'm very excited.
Very excited to talk to Perry.
You know what? He's excited, too.
Yeah.
He seems thrilled.
Perry retweeted it. He was happy about it. I'm glad to have Perry here. I don't see a loser in this whole thing. All right, here's what I have for overtime for you. I have Bobby Lee, Brendan Schaub. Now, we haven't talked about these two in a long time.
Took a long break, yeah.
I think the last time we talked about Brendan, it was because he fired that Mark Harley dipshit. And then Mark Harley went, oh, yeah, well, I'm going to talk a whole bunch of shit about you. Forget that this was the guy that ran cover for Brendan Schaub, and he was like his consigliere. The minute the check started coming, all of a sudden Mark Harley's a superhero, and he's going to speak out against Brendan Schaub. You fucking pussy. Of course, when there's nothing to lose, you do it. But now I guess the feud is back on between Bobby Lee and Brendan. And for once, Bobby Lee actually kicked it off. You and I were listening to something regarding Bobby Lee and Brendan Schaub today, and we went, God, Bobby Lee is the biggest fucking pussy in the world.
It makes me sad. The guy does not stand up for himself.
I used to feel bad for Bobby Lee. But then I watched all this shit happen to him, and I watched how he just let it happen to him. And I'm like, you know what? Some people deserve to be taken advantage of. Some people are just so painfully terrible at conflict and so painfully bad at confrontation that you're like, you know what? If you bring a Khalyla around you and she is the person she is and you're going to behave the way you behave, you fucking deserve to get ransacked by this chick.
He somehow misplaces all blame of shit on him at all times.
Right.
No matter whose fault it was, he brings it around to himself.
Yeah, Brian says Bobby was beaten badly by his father his entire life. I get that.
Yeah, he is his own whipping boy now, though.
But then you don't bring fucking people like Khalyla around you. All right, she to me is the biggest reason why all this shit fell apart.
Yes.
The Brendan stuff, the Brian Callen stuff, all that stuff. She's behind all of it. Look, did Brendan get all pissy and cunty when those girls went on that show and kind of outed him for being kind of a creep and hitting on girls? Yeah, he lost his mind. Brendan doesn't get the internet, and he tried to shut down the rumor on the internet. He even sued Unique, which I think he's lost now, or he lost a summary judgment or something like that. To the point where he's suing people and trying to when you try to shut down a rumor on the internet, people are going to run with it harder. It's going to get worse. You have to laugh it off, run with it. Then it's no fun for them anymore.
Exactly.
But he made it more fun by going, guys, this hurts my feelings. And I'm a married man and I'm this and that. They're like, oh, we're going to fucking torture this guy.
Sorry.
Right.
Yep.
So then Bobby Lee tries to play peacemaker. They start motherfucking Bobby Lee. Brian and Brendan start calling him, we're going to fucking ruin you. You'll never be on Rogan again. You'll never have a career, blah, blah, blah. We know that this Reddit shit is coming from you. We traced one of the IPs back to Tiger Belly, this and that. I for sure know that was Khalyla.
Yes, that has to be. That Bobby would have never done that, and if it's their IP address, it's her.
Yeah, it was her. And she's talked about how she's an internet sleuth and she can fuck with people.
Oh,
and
she
this
can do
and that.
whatever she wants online.
She's a lunatic. So I have no doubt that this woman put Bobby purposely in the middle of this feud between her and Brendan and then played him against both.
Right.
And, like Chilino says, Bobby was just a whipping boy. So once you're hoping that Bobby Lee will throw a fucking punch for once in his life.
And every time it looks like he might just get there, he just doesn't do it. And he slips again.
And now when he does, okay, he goes after Brendan Schaub. But like, point the figurative, the gun of projection onto the person who's really guilty. That's Khalyla.
Yeah, he found the wrong person, I think.
W-Man with $5 says, I have issues with confrontation. How are you good at confrontation without people thinking you're a prick?
Ooh.
Well, the people that you confront think you're a prick. That's part of confronting. But you still got to confront them. You can't worry about people thinking you're a prick. The people who like you will like you. There's that old saying, you have 1 million fans out there. They just have to find you. You know.
Well, yeah, like I don't, God, if you have to have a confrontation with somebody, that's probably not good anyways. And if they think you're a prick, that's just baked into the pot.
Yeah, you were in a confrontation with them before.
It's a confrontation.
You know, as Mike Tyson once said, who cared that the fight? So fuck it.
If it needs to happen, you still need to do it.
Yeah.
And if they still think you're a prick at the end of it, even though you're right, I guess that's just how it's supposed to be.
Let's watch this now. This is from a very good YouTuber. And look at him climbing in subs every day. Like, I remember when he was at like 8. And now he's at 51. Too lazy to try.
I like him.
Now he's at the point where we don't even have to tell people, oh, go subscribe to him. Go support what he's doing. Like, he's bigger than all of us now. This is too lazy to try. Bobby Lee says Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen are responsible for his breakup with Khalyla. Now, Bobby, if that's the case, then you should send both of them champagne, flowers, candy, steaks, booze.
You got the tumor out, man.
Yeah. If they're the ones who got that cancer out of your life, then you owe them a thank you.
Yep.
Here's what happened, Bobby. She got a little money in her pocket because of you. She knew you wouldn't do shit if she broke up with you. She wanted to go fuck somebody else, and now she's moving out. Bobby, she's a parasite. She latched onto you. She suckled on good, said all the right things, never gave a fuck about you, and then moved on with all the good stuff. So, this guy, it's just sad. Bobby Lee is a tragic figure to me.
God, I think we even have him in our 2023 death pool.
Do you really?
I think we do.
I don't think I do.
No, we talked about this. We talked about him a couple weeks ago.
I got Britney Spears and Bam Margera.
For some reason, we talked about him a couple weeks ago, and we ended up throwing him in there. There he is. See?
Oh, yeah, Andy Dick, Britney Spears, Bam Margera. Bobby Lee question mark, though. I put
Bobby
a big
Lee question mark. It's because I don't think the guy can help himself with shit.
Well, let's check it out. I think once she's out of there, it'll be better. But he's got to get rid of her. He should have canned that broad the second they broke up. You don't keep a girl on your show after you break up. It's weird. She's going to keep trying to cuck you, which she did. She's going to she always low-key talks shit to him right to his face.
Even when they were together. And even worse than keeping her on the show, you lived with her post-breakup. Yeah. That's sickness.
Until she decided to leave, which is even worse.
And when she is moved out, finally, he's going to sit there and now he's going to blame Brendan Schaub and shit. Like,
let's see.
The love of my life is gone.
Let's go ahead and watch it. This is too lazy to try.
All right, so in this video, we have Bobby Lee talking about Brendan Schaub, like where their relationship is at right now. He also talks about Khalyla a little bit. He also talks about his brother, who he says you probably won't see on the Tiger Belly podcast anytime soon, even though he was just on Bad Friends. But it looks like him and Khalyla probably aren't very cool with each other right now.
His brother hates Khalyla. Bobby Lee's family hates her because they know what she is.
I was going to say, like, I feel like everyone can see it but him.
She's taken his money. She's taken his soul. She's taken his will to live. And now she's leaving.
She has the majority of the business.
Is it half and half or is it majority?
No, I think she's got majority.
He's a fucking idiot. Like, some people don't deserve your sympathy. I don't think Bobby Lee deserves sympathy.
She's called it her business.
Yeah.
In podcasts.
He's been in show business long enough that I don't care how bad you are with confrontation. If you let her do that to you, you're a fucking idiot and you kind of deserve it.
He knew better.
So the clips we're going to be checking out here are from Bobby Kelly's podcast that Bobby Lee was just on.
You know what, dude?
I don't think Bobby Kelly really keeps up with the drama that much. I don't think he really knows what's going on. But some fans wrote in some questions. And of course, the questions are related to the drama with Khalyla and Bobby's brother and Brendan Schaub.
So David Knox asks if your brother's going to...
Holy shit, Bobby Lee got skinny again. What the last time I saw... Really? Granted, I don't keep up with Bobby Lee. The last time I saw him, he looked like a... bloated Matt Pinfield.
I kind of feel like he's always looked like this guy.
No, he was like so fat he didn't have a neck.
Okay.
He had the neck rolls and everything. Good for Bobby Lee. Holy shit.
Going to be on Tiger Belly again?
Well, my brother just did Bad Friends.
He did?
It comes out this week.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and it's the funniest episode we've done. Aside from Andrew. I mean, all the Andrew ones are great, but this one with my brother is wild.
Okay, good.
It comes out this week, and my brother won't be on Tiger Belly for a while.
Why?
I can't get into it.
Really?
Yes, you can. God, he's such a pussy.
Oh, God, I hate people that bring something up and then... I got this great thing, but I can't talk about it.
You just did get into it, stupid.
You opened the door for me.
You said he won't be on there for a while. You could have just said, oh, no, he's not going to make it this time. Because that doesn't elicit Bobby Kelly to go, why? He'll just go, oh, he can't make it this time. Oh, no, he won't be on there for a while. Well, there's only one thing to ask as a follow-up to that. Oh, why is that? Oh, I can't get into it. Bobby Lee answers questions like a bitch.
Or you could just not say anything about your brother's future appearances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he hit you?
No.
Did
I
you
love him
fight?
very much.
Did you fight? You fought.
Whoever the guy that asked the question is trying to stir problems.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't like people who stir problems.
You don't like stirring.
He's a scared little boy.
He always looks paranoid.
He always looks like a scared little boy. Bobby, if you would just clean your fucking closet out once in a while from these demons, you wouldn't have the problems you have. He thinks that not addressing this shit and not talking about it is somehow helping him. Bobby, it pushes all this shit down the road and then you have these mega blow-ups. This is why this guy deserves no sympathy. How many times do you have to do the same fucking shit over and over and watch it explode? And then he goes, I just don't understand. Why does it always cause problems? Because you never address them. You think that pushing it off to the side of the road, you think that kicking the can down the road a little bit, whatever the fucking metaphor is, you think that that's helping you. All it does is it helps all this shit build up and gather more dust and dirt and shit and grime, and then it's going to blow up in your face one day and you're going to go, I don't understand. Why are people hitting me? If you would have cleared this broad out of your life, it would have all been fine. You wouldn't have had anything to worry about. Brendan Schaub would probably be doing a lot better too. I mean, he still would be kind of a pig, but he wouldn't. Look, Bobby looks like a little kid when he starts talking about this. He's scared. Somebody's going to hit him.
Yes.
I wouldn't doubt. I'm not saying she did. But if somebody told me, Aaron, I have information. I think Khalyla physically abused Bobby Lee. I would say, I believe it. I don't have any proof. I'm not making the accusation. But if someone came to me and told me that, I would say, I believe she's hit him before.
Here's something sick. And I believe there's kind of studies out there on like abuse victims like that kind of end up back in that same situation because it's familiar to them somehow.
And he got beat by his dad.
Yep. And it's like a sick form of like self-punishment because you think you deserve it. It's weird.
Next question.
So you got in a fight with your brother?
No, I love my brother. Go ahead.
But you get into a fight?
I don't know. See, this is why.
Okay.
This is why the rattle comes out.
I won't.
Then get off. Then don't be on a fucking podcast. Don't have a show. Don't be a guest on people's show. I really dislike Bob. I might dislike Bobby Lee more than Brendan.
I think I do at this point. He just doesn't do himself any favors.
I won't.
The rattle. If you ask me again, the rattle.
I won't ask you that again.
All right.
but you guys are good.
So I think most people probably assumed we'd never see Bobby's brother on Tiger Belly again because him and Khalyla obviously have some problems with each other. I think during all that Brendan Schaub stuff, or maybe even before that, sometime around then, there's some DMs that were leaked from Bobby's brother to some girl, I think, where he's talking about how Khalyla's bad for him. She might be using him, and he mentioned the guy she was seeing in Hawaii every weekend. So I'm sure that's why Bobby didn't want to go in.
That was the thing about the open relationship. She was fucking somebody else.
Far away.
And then she wanted to make it okay, so she manipulated Bobby into the open relationship thing. But again, you know, people will only take from you what you allow them to take.
Yes.
She didn't take anything. Like, this is where sometimes I hate him more than her. She didn't take anything that he didn't offer.
I've kind of felt that same way. I didn't know if anyone else would have that take for a while because Bobby Lee was like a beloved dude for a long time, but it does seem like
he's frustrated.
You teach people how to treat you, and that's exactly what he did to her. Like, so now she thinks she gets away with it all.
These fucking LA people are soft to begin with, too. They're awful. Let me skip around here to when they're talking.
They threaten you?
I mean, it's...
Does ask him about Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen threatening him?
See, there we go.
They threaten you?
I mean, it's just like, you just like to stir up...
Buddy, I'm not asking the...
People did.
Let me ask you a question. Do I know the questions before they come in?
No, I just have them in front of me.
Okay. I didn't know. Why'd they threaten you?
Because you now you're opening up... I mean, think about the refrigerator.
Can you cover your stomach?
All right, so what you're opening up a window.
I'm kidding.
And a
That
door,
was a
no,
joke.
the Brendan Schaub thing.
Oh, this thing, yeah.
Yeah.
There you get mad.
It's a whole... Oh, let me say something.
Why would they threaten you? Those are macho big guys that really could hurt somebody. Why would they threaten you?
Because those macho... Let me answer that. Because I guarantee Bobby won't say this. Those macho big guys are some of the most sensitive little pussies in the world.
Ugh.
They're also in their 40s and 50s. And as we've seen from like... I know I said earlier today his rant was really funny, so I wasn't going to shit on him.
Go ahead.
But like Brennan and those guys, like they're in their 40s or 50s, their 60s. In Brennan's case, these guys don't get how the internet works.
Right.
They don't understand that people are fucking with you, and they're only going to fuck with you until you fuck with them back. That's what they want. They just want that back and forth with you. That's it. But everyone else is like, yeah, well, if we were in a bar, we'd fight over this, right? Yeah, but we're not in a bar. And if you do bar things on the internet, you're going to look like a retard. And people are going to make fun of you. You be shitty back to them. You be cunty and silly and sarcastic back to them. That's what you do. But like Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen, yeah, we're tough guys. We're big guys. These people are threatening our masculinity. Like Mersh and Royce always say, these guys, they don't crush puss and play sports. It's like...
That's my favorite.
You're just going to get made fun of more, you fucking doofuses. And if you're Bobby Kelly and you're scared shitless, yeah, people are going to take pity on you and call you a pussy. So I wouldn't do like public appearances and podcasts if that were the case.
Oh, man, it's such a big thing, man.
Just tell me the little version.
There is no little version.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Right, that's exactly it. Perfect. Boom. Bobby Lee says exactly what the correct answer is. You didn't do anything.
Let me ask,
so what you're trying to do is...
I'm just asking, what happened? What was your part of it?
There is no part.
You didn't. They just threatened you. Let's beat up Bobby.
Because if I were to even get into it right now, it's going to start the war again, and it's died down.
Okay, so
Bobby, your bitch ran her fucking mouth about Brendan, gave away that he was the wog to the trug guy.
Yeah, wog me to the trug.
Your broad popped up out of turn, pretty much gave up that it was Brendan. What were his initials? Oh, what was it? Oh, he's not funny. Oh, that tells you... Your broad was part of a show that accused Brendan of this thing. Brendan panicked because he's a dog and he has a wife and he has a kid. So he panicked. He knows that you're soft. Brian knows that you're soft. So they threatened you to get your bitch under control, which was stupid on their part because they weren't talking to the person in charge. That would have been Khalyla.
Exactly. Yep, threaten her instead.
How hard is it to tell Bobby Bobby Kelly that? But Mr. Lee. How hard is it to tell him that? And listen to him. It'll start the whole thing over again.
He's scared. He's always scared.
It literally, he's physically going like this, don't hit me. Like as he's physically covering up as he says, we don't need to talk about it.
So they don't really want to hurt you.
No,
I don't think Bobby needs to worry about this starting back up again. I mean, I think Brendan just wants to forget about it.
Right. Brendan's career is shot.
Oh, completely.
Like Brendan's shit is going downhill fast. He doesn't want to. The last thing Brendan Schaub wants to do is relive the Khalyla Bobby Lee shit.
Jesus Christ, he's had so many L's lately. It's really ugly.
Fuck. God, Bobby Lee is frustrating. All right, let's see if we can get to the next clip of the podcast. I don't mean to cut off Too Lazy to Try, but I want to make sure we get this done in a timely fashion.
It's got bigger things to worry about.
Okay, so they don't really want to hurt you.
No, I just have to say this, is that my relationship with those two guys are pretty much done.
Really?
Yes.
I thought you were friends with them.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
That stinks.
It's getting easier.
Boy, Khalyla really does just kind of come in like an atom bomb and just wipe out everything, doesn't she?
Wrecks everything. She is
You know what I mean?
awful.
I think Brendan texted me the other day. I texted him back.
Oh, that's good.
A very abrupt text back.
What was it? Watch your back?
No, he's like, I have a job thing for you.
Oh, cool.
And I go, nah, and that was pretty much it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He had a job for you and you said no.
It was like an ad thing or whatever,
Oh.
an opportunity for me, but I was just like, nah, I'm not interested.
Was it good money?
It was okay.
Was it for a product you didn't like?
No, it was fine.
Oh.
Yeah, I just right now I'm not ready to do business with them.
God, LA people are such fucking pussies. It's it's depressing to watch these people operate.
It does feel otherworldly. Like, I feel like people around like our circles wouldn't handle things this way.
You know where Robert Kelly comes from?
No.
Boston.
Ooh, okay.
Do you think that there's an inch of Bobby Kelly that respects Bobby Lee and the way he approaches
Not at
his
all.
life? Not at all.
No.
In
Not even a little bit.
Boston, if this happens, there's a three-way fight, and it's like that cartoon ball of dust where all you see are arms and legs flying around. That's what you get. And Bobby Lee's like, I don't know if I'm ready yet emotionally.
It's just a softer type of people out there. It's very weird.
It's mush. It's the thing that Stu's father-in-law compares him to in Hangover 2.
You are cream of wheat.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was serious.
Very serious.
Wow.
And very ugly. And it, it had to do with my breakup with Khalyla.
Oh, shit.
They did it.
They broke you up.
Oh my God. No, stop. Look, I am all for shitting on Brendan Schaub. I am all for shitting on Brian Callen. You weren't keeping that bitch, Bobby.
No, she knew that was coming. I think the second she showed up, right? Like,
Bobby.
She had the plan worked out.
Bobby, she didn't give a fuck about you. That appearance on H3 where she talked about the open relationship even though you didn't want to, she knew that would be good for the internet people, and she goes, ha ha ha, look at me, aren't I cute? Look at this little cuck over here. She liked displaying you as her little doggy that was just walking around.
I think Khalyla uses him as like just, she keeps him close enough to get her platforms and her whole business like up and running just enough where she doesn't need him anymore, and then you were a means to an end for her.
Yeah, Brian and Brendan didn't end your relationship. I got news for you, Bobby. That succubus, she loved that shit.
Oh, God, yes.
The Brian and Brendan
I thought
shit,
about that.
She was soaking wet the entire time that thing was happening. She loved that shit. Her dick was rock hard during that whole... She lives for that stuff, Bobby. She loved that she played you like a puppet, wrecked your friendship, and all because she was kind of fucking around and doing gay
Well,
outs.
she got everything she wanted. She doesn't want to be fucking you. She doesn't want to be with you.
She got your money. She got your business. She killed your friendships. She left you.
Yeah.
And now she's moving out. And she's done such a fucking number on you, and you're such a pussy who can't stand on his own 2 feet that you're actually going to miss her, and you think that it's a negative that she's moving out.
Check it out. So she still is majority owner of his business. What happens there? What do you do?
She buys him out and just leaves him.
Oh my God.
They were a big part of it.
Wow.
And
so it was much like the Ari, you broke Ari up with the girl. Was it like that?
Uh-oh.
If you're not
And now he doesn't want to talk about that either. Because I don't want to start, oh God, don't hit me, Bobby Kelly. Don't hit, oh God, Bobby, don't hit me.
Bobby Lee shouldn't be going on any kind of podcast if he's unwilling to talk about this.
Right.
Any of it. He won't touch anything.
Stop going on shows if you don't want to say anything interesting.
Anyone, like, they all want to talk to you about this.
Bobby,
That's interesting.
Bobby, nobody cares about you because you're funny or witty or you have good takes.
Not anymore.
They like you as a drama magnet and a train wreck. So if you're not willing to be the train wreck on these shows, then get the fuck off and let somebody more interesting take the microphone.
Yeah.
Familiar with that situation with Ari. I made a video talking about it a while back. You can check out. But I just think it's funny that Bobby's saying that Brendan and Brian are responsible for his breakup with Khalyla, which, there probably is some truth to that because they broke up right after all this drama went down. And also, I'm pretty sure Brendan and Brian were using the gold digger rumors and the Hawaii stuff as blackmail against Bobby and Khalyla because obviously they thought they were running the fight in the kids subreddit. And
okay, but was she not a gold digger? Was she not fucking around on Reddit?
I think that's being missed.
Was she not in Hawaii all the time? Like, saying that those two broke them up because they're pointing out true things that doesn't wash with me.
And again, I think, like you pointed out earlier, I think Bobby Lee basically excused all of it and made her think she could just do that.
And I don't think Brendan and Brian ever really went public with that information or like did anything with it. Like they just used it to threaten Bobby. But then Khalyla admitted it on the H3 podcast. Like she admitted she was going to Hawaii every weekend to see some guy.
Right. She ran her mouth. How is that Brendan and Brian ruining your relationship? She ran her mouth to millions of people.
I'll tell you, scapegoats. They were scapegoats. They're all part of the plan.
He can't blame her for anything. And Bobby, now let's go back to square one of this talk. Why won't your brother go on Tiger Belly?
Oh, we forgot that part, huh?
It ain't you. He'll go on Bad Friends. He'll go on that show. He won't go on Tiger Belly. You think that maybe any of this has to do with the fact that you have no dick?
Oh, ish. Check this out. Just because she's moving out of his house, I bet, is she moving off the show? Maybe she's not.
No, of course not.
Well, then she keeps the show then. That's hers.
And she really didn't need to admit that. Like, Bobby did not want her talking about that, if I remember it correctly.
No,
like, he's like, no, we don't need to go into it. We don't need to. And she's like, no, let's put it out in the open. And obviously, Ethan wanted to hear about it too. So their breakup definitely did seem like a response to all this drama. Like, I remember right when they broke up, I thought they were doing it just for optics to try to get people to stop hating on Khalyla, because at the time she was getting a lot of hate, maybe just as much as Brendan. But now it looks like they're definitely broken up. So if he feels like Brendan and Brian are responsible for that, he should thank them, because that is obviously a good thing for him. Like I said in a bunch of videos, he definitely came out of this the winner. Bobby did, you know.
Not to me.
He doesn't look like one. He's not behaving like one.
Not to me. I don't think anybody won. I think Khalyla won.
I think she absolutely still wins because she gets to be on Tiger Belly and own it.
In terms of like public opinion, like who likes who better? I mean, yeah, I guess maybe Bobby Lee, Brian Callen, and then Brendan and Khalyla fight it out for last place.
Okay, but if you're Khalyla, does it really matter if you're hated or loved? It's the same thing. You're still getting the views and the money.
In my opinion, she's a sociopath. She doesn't care.
No, I don't think there's a point in caring. Love and hate's the same thing.
Or psychopath, whichever one doesn't care if people like him or not. She got what she wanted out of it.
Yeah.
He was in this really toxic relationship. Khalyla was seeing some guy every weekend in Hawaii. He definitely was not doing well with that. And, you know, this needed to happen. Them breaking up was a good thing for both of them, probably. So also in that clip I just played, Bobby mentioned that Brendan came to him with some job opportunity or something. Man, I would have loved to hear what that was. Knowing Brendan is probably like him just trying to get Bobby to do some work for him for free or something, you know? Or like maybe Brendan's just trying to get some kind of like dialogue back and forth going and maybe be friends with Bobby again.
That's what I thought.
That's probably it.
Yeah, the second one's what I
And like it's
too.
Brendan, so you know it wasn't like highbrow shit. It was probably some ching chong kong
Something really gay.
ting tong tong kind of a thing that he was going to make him do.
It was maybe something for the Tiger Thick whiskey.
Yeah, it's something stupid.
Because Tiger
like
Belly and Thick Boy, they could do a collaboration.
Tiger
Look at that. Tiger Thick.
Oh, God, fuck. Fair and Balanced with $4.99 says compilations of her completely disrespecting him and emasculating him is just super cringe, and he sits there and takes it. Breakup means clean break. Toodles. I agree with that as well. We're actually in one of those videos. What's that guy's name?
XLP.
XLP. Yeah, we're in one of his videos, which is pretty cool.
It was fun.
I appreciate him doing that. Matt Fields with $9.99 says, I'm so thankful that Royce led this toe to the steel. I fucking love you guys. Mr. Shaka, the British butler, too. That's very kind of you, sir. I appreciate that, Mr. Fields, and we appreciate your monetary contributions to this program.
I like him like that.
Oh, man.
It's a little unnatural, but it's fun.
All right. What is Citizen M's getting some kudos? Cracked up watching that clip Citizen M posted of Red Bar killing Steel Toe. Red Bar didn't really kill us. I got bad news for you guys. No. Red Bar seemed like really pissy about us. I watched that clip and I was kind of giggling at it. I was like, geez, Mikey a little pissy. I liked it. He gets that way
that'll
now.
never shake Aaron for sure. I have not seen it yet.
Mikey pissy. Alex with $5 says, search Bobby Lee on O&A and a 9-hour compilation comes up. This behavior will make sense. Yeah, he was bad there as well. Farron with another $4.99 says, I'm so over this releasing DMs crap. People have zero privacy or loyalty, and you wonder why people stay single. Peeps that do that are just gross to me. I don't know why marshmallow chickens would do that to people, though.
Oh, those are gross. Come on. I do agree with her, though. The releasing of DMs is pretty disloyal.
Yeah.
Because at one point when you sent those messages to that person, You didn't want that to be shared with somebody else. That was a message between you and that person.
Ghost of Yule Gibbons says Citizen M is just a Red Bar simp. He's a fan. He's a big. You're allowed to be a big fan of a show. That's fine. Don't get on him for that. I don't think he did anything wrong. I thought that clip was great. I think if anything, it showed that like Red Bar really feels some kind of heat from Steel. Like back in June, Red Bar's actually a smart guy. He sees shit coming because he saw us back in June when we had like 1,000 or 2,000 subs. And he's like, oh, don't listen to those guys. I'm banning anyone from listening to those guys. I think he saw that we were kind of saying some stuff about him that Mike is a sensitive guy. Like we've seen on his show before. One of the reasons we stopped listening to him is because we noticed how sensitive he was to criticism, and we noticed how like it would bother him
for a long time.
Yeah, he'd passive aggressively bring up shit like 4 or 5 times a show.
Yes.
You'd be like, oh, he's sensitive.
It's so like, why don't you just address the thing that's bothering you then?
Right.
And do a show.
And he won't honestly address it. But like what we did was we dug into him. We just went straight away.
Yeah.
And we kind of pounded away at the body. And I think that did bother him quite a bit. Robert says, Kyle said on his live stream that Stuttering John is in a hospice and is going to die. I'm serious. I don't think that's accurate. I don't. I don't think Stuttering John is dying.
Yeah, I don't spend any time thinking about Stuttering John. Check it out, believe it or not. But it is interesting to me that nobody has said or heard from him. Yeah. That does kind of worry me a little bit, or maybe not worry me, but like nobody's heard a single thing from him.
Michael B says, Daywave did a raid, and that is why I know of this weak-ass show. Thanks, Royce. I hope you relapse. That's not very nice. Chris says, Hipstar has been offering Aaron $5,000 to come on his show. Just take the money, Aaron. Chris, I have bad news. Have you looked at that Hipstar guy? He doesn't have a fucking couch to sleep on, let alone $5,000. I'm sorry. And I do a lot. By the way, I do a lot more for that guy than $5,000. I'm worth a lot more than that to that guy. But again, he doesn't have 5, let alone 5,000. Paul Polito says, I mean, I like Mike, I like Red Bar, but the dude went full retard and he's gotten too culty. That's about it.
He did change. He was really good. What, 2018, 19?
2018, 19, yeah.
A little of 20 before you know.
Although if you get deathly ill, I'm sure that changes you in a way.
I know.
I get
Life is different now, I suppose.
I get it. There's part of me that just kind of pities it. All right, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. We are done. It is over. Johnny and I are back tomorrow, and you guys are already like $50 into tomorrow's goal. So thank you very, very much. He says he talks with people that know him, and he is really sick. Yeah, I'm sure he is. My next video is about how Kevin Brennan should pull a Mark Harley and go on Red Bar. Not true. Hipstar won the belt. He is a champion. That is the funniest thing I've heard regarding Hipstar my entire life. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. 6 a.m. Central Time tomorrow morning. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. April, thank you very much.
Thanks, tits.
We will talk to you again very, very soon.